You're tuned in now, so let's begin. A show where stories always win. Grab your seat and lend your ear. The moment's bright, the vibe is clear. It's Tell Me Everything. Stars inside, gonna sing and swing. With Rosalind Duke, there's joy in the air. Life's a show and we're all there. In the spotlight, tales unfold. New adventures started bold. With Rosalind Duke, here's joy in the air. Life's a show and we're all there. Get ready for the fun to rise. Every story a surprise. Rosalind's here to guide the way. So much to hear, so much to say. It's Tell Me Everything. Stars inside, gonna sing and swing. With Rosalind Duke, there's joy in the air. Life's a show and we're all there.
Well, hello there, Baker. How are you?
Nice to be on your channel and visiting. We only met in person. That's weird that we never really. Well, we've been on a stream together before, but
Yeah, that is the kind of, it's flipped, right?
yeah, we met more times in real life than.
Exactly, on stream. Exactly. Well, it's about time I've had you on the show. Definitely. So hello, chat. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day today. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by. As always, I will get to your questions at the end of the show, so please stick around to the end. But for now, hit that like button, pretty please. Get comfy, and let's get to know the Broken Baker. I think everyone listening right now knows exactly who you are, but for those who don't, tell me, who is the Broken Baker?
That's the question we all ask ourselves. Who am I? Who are you? Why are we here? Are we just random specks of dust in a soup bowl of a giant, or is this just a matrix where we are sitting and none of us is real, but we are just dreamt up by an alien? That's I don't know who I am. I'm just an idiot who turned on a camera one day and started talking.
Okay. Just an idiot.
It's always, oh, you must have some fascinating background story, and oh, I was always really into YouTubing, and I did this comprehensive study of oh, you should do that. No, I was bored, and I was like, F it, I'll make a YouTube channel. I just lost my dad, and I used to talk politics with him, and I thought I could just yammer politics on the interwebs, because so I started out doing ground level politics in Danish. Very successful, 45 subscribers. I was rolling. I was the most viewed Danish politics channel outside of the MSM. I still have people who text me, can we go back and talk politics? And I never talk politics anymore.
Right. Well, thanks for answering like question number 5 or 6 there. That's okay. So where does the name Broken Baker come from, and why is he broken?
No one knows why I'm this broken. Childhood trauma, fell on my head too much, maybe fetal alcohol syndrome, but but the name comes from back when I started. I always loved watching YouTube because I have a slight touch of autism, apparently. Well, my mods claim I have. I don't think so. I'm perfectly normal. But I also have this thing because I have 2 herniated discs. so my back is broken. And I thought, that's kind of unique because baker was taken, and I am a baker. And in Denmark, when you have kind of like, if you're a blacksmith, you'll just be called blacksmith, and if you're a baker, you'll just be called baker. It's just going to be a nickname. So I was like, I couldn't take baker, so I thought, well, broken baker, because I always watch American YouTube anyway. So I was probably try setting it up already so I could go into English, because, and I know this isn't the first time. Don't worry, you're not doxing me. Calling me Mads is really annoying because you Yanks will call it, hey, Mats. And I'm not Swedish. I hate Sweden. I would never be called Mats because that's a Swedish name. So that's why I took Broken Baker, because it's so easy to say instead of, no, my name is not Mats. I am a real human being. I'm not Swedish. My name is Mads. So that's why I took it.
Okay. All right. So you created your channel in September of 2022. And on the 18th, you uploaded your first video. It was a cookie glazing video. It's about 51 seconds long. Did you intend on being a baking channel?
No, I always said, well, you could always do some baking channel if nothing else. But
Right.
it was actually, I made it because I was a baker, so I didn't do a lot of school. We have 10 years mandatory back when I was a kid. I did those, and then I went to baker college, and that's not really a book degree per se. And then because I'm on disability because of my broken back, I didn't really have anything to get out of bed for after I left politics. Well, I didn't leave. People left me, and I didn't leave politics. People went away from me. They didn't re-elect me. But I always went, I need something to get up to, and I can't do it full time because my back will kill me some days where I can't walk and stuff like that. So I did like a class or two a year at kind of like high school level, just to show that I still had a brain that worked kind of. And the last year, you have to have one creative subject in one of your classes, and I have no creativity, none whatsoever. I cannot paint.
Yeah, I've seen your thumbnails. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't paint. I don't make music. I can't do any of that. And everyone else would always do uh, like gym class. That would be counted as one of them. And I can't do it because I have a bad back. So I can't run, dance, jump, all the shit you should do. Sorry, language.
That's okay.
Okay. But they had a media class, and I thought, maybe it can teach me something about, because I was thinking about maybe doing some YouTubing, and it was actually just how to evaluate media. It wasn't as much the techniques and stuff like that, but we had to do a product. So I made, I think the first video, and I don't know if it's still on my YouTube, is called l'œuf de vie, which is the egg of life, which is a wonderful story about a little egg that turns into a cake, where I hand painted some stuff and I put some music, and it's a whole transition stuff where the egg goes to heaven. I'm really fucking weird. Maybe I should look if I still have La E de Vie, because I think I played it once. It's really, really weird. My brain doesn't work real. It's
Maybe that's why we all get along. We're all a little brain damaged.
it's privated. That's actually my first uploaded video on the 7th of
really?
September 2022, which is Veterans Day in Denmark. But that's called Livets æg, or La œuf de vie, the egg of life, or life of egg. It's
the life of egg.
Well, again, I have multiple times said I'm slightly retarded. So
you cracked me up. You did move into some what appears to be political coverage, but it's all in your native language, and there's no translation available. So I have no way of knowing if it's any good. Have you always been into politics?
I grew up in a household where we had one rule: no one needs to know who you vote for, but you do vote. And my mom was a lifelong social democrat, and my dad was a supporting husband, so he was a member of the Social Democrat, always voted for the Conservative Party. My brother started out as a conservative and is now a social democrat. I was far right, nationalistic, and then I turned more center. We always had a lot of weird discussions at the house, and it was always very open. It wasn't like you have to have this opinion. You can have whatever opinion you like, but you have to have an opinion about politics, because politics is what sets the limitations and all of that. And I think getting into law stuff as well is also, it's really good to have that background in politics,
Sure.
because a
Sure.
lot of it stems from stupid laws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of, how many languages do you speak?
Well, I speak two, and I can put sentences. Well, I need, if I spend a weekend in Germany, I could speak German kind of fluent again, but I
Right.
would probably need 2 weeks in France to speak French again, because my French, I haven't done French since, took my last French classes in, it's probably like 15 years ago. So je parle pas un peu français, but not a lot. And I can say prego, prego, and that's the only thing you need in Italy. So
Je n'aime pas français, but
je
I
parle
was
pas
kicked out
français?
of French class.
Well,
That's it. And, as far as Spanish goes, I can order some French fries and somehow I can get really strong Jack and Cokes. I'm not sure what I'm saying wrong, but it's
I
okay.
don't. I think no, that's French. I can order a beer in like 10 languages, but,
Perfect.
and I can make a non-plus in Polish and Serbian and stuff like that. But other than that, I speak 3 languages. That's what I claim.
Okay.
English, German, and Danish. I speak that, and then I can gabble together some sentences in French, and I have like the normal 5 little quotes in Latin, so we sound smart.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that gene, whatever it is that does that. My brother
Just
spoke 7 languages fluently, and I can barely speak English.
My sister has a very good ear for. She just needs to hear it, and then she gets, because a lot of them have the same root. So because she lives in Switzerland, speaks French in Switzerland, and she took Spanish when she was in high school in America, and she can kind of communicate in Italian now, because they go to Italy a lot, and
Right.
they have friends who have an Italian restaurant and stuff like that, and she just picks up languages like nothing. I can, if I am in it, my brain will just, it's the, people always ask me, do you dream in Danish, or how do you, when you talk to me, how do I hear it? Do I hear, how many languages do you speak? And then I have to, how many languages do you speak? Hvor mange sprog taler jeg? Jeg taler 3 sprog. I speak 3 languages. No, I don't have, I just think in the language I'm talking.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't do that, maybe, if you're not attuned to languages. But it's kind of like, I can play music. I can't freestyle. I can't play jazz, thank God, because jazz needs to be exterminated with all the snakes. But I can read notes, and I can play notes, and I'm a solid hand, so you can just show me a sheet of notes and I can play it, but I can't make it up. So I think it's the same kind. I'm not really good at math as well, so that part of the brain just works for me. But I can't write. I'm dyslexic, so that's weird.
What language do you dream in?
Well, it depends, actually. Some nights I will dream in English. It's yeah, because I've never been good at. I never got that. At one point, when my back was shit and that, you had the city sends you out and tries a lot of things to try and, oh, can we fit you in somewhere in the system, or do we have to just give you a pension? And I went to a class where, it was like day school, and you had to learn how to eat right and think right and exercise right. And I don't know why the hell I was there, but every morning we started by doing a round table, and everyone did a, oh, I dreamt this last night. What do you think it mean? And there was me and another guy, and I was just sitting there drinking my coffee, thinking about the next cigarette was gonna smoke. But all these ladies were always, oh, I had this dream last night where I was in a field of flowers and I was running through it and I was in a purple dress. What do you think that mean? And the teacher, who was a shrinky thing, was like, oh yeah, that means. I'm like, I don't remember what the hell I dream. I can't remember my dreams. Am I wrong? Is it?
Some people don't. I mean, I do remember mine. Most of them, I do dream in color, but I spent the majority of my life having really, really bad nightmares. So if I have a decent dream, it's pretty awesome. It's weird. Like, I guess it's just the crazy getting out of your head somehow, your subconscious. So you're also former military. Tell me
Yes.
about that.
Well, in Denmark, we have forced enlistment. Or the draft. Everyone has to go draft when you are 18 in Denmark now, and we are so progressive. We are forcing our women to do the draft now as well because
Right. You asked for it, you get it, right?
yeah, equal rights.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I was an apprentice when I was 18. So when I turned 20, I joined April 12th, 1997. I joined the Danish Navy, and because I played music, I got to be in the Royal Navy Band. So
Nice.
this is actually what it's.
Oh, okay.
So I was our little funny hat we had back then, but
Your hat's broken too.
no, but that's when you get baptized, you break them.
Oh, I
so
see.
to show that because that's when you've been inducted. But I spent 9 months in there, and then I left. Again, it was just I wanted to be a real soldier, but I also wanted to have it as easy as possible. And then I left, and I had a buddy of mine. He said, "Hey, why don't you sign up for the International Brigade, because they'll give you $100 a month just to be a reservist." I was like, "Are we going to get deployed?" And he said, no, because when you're kitchen staff, you'll be with the field hospital, and the field hospital costs $1 million Danish a day, so that's like 250,000 American. So they don't
Wow.
have enough money to ever deploy us. So you have to do like an exercise every 2 years, but you get $100. That's your phone bill. You pay just to, and you might have to join up for like a week every 2 years. And I thought, oh, well, fuck it, I'll do that. And so I signed up with them, and then I fell on some hard times, and I thought, nah, I'll just call them up and ask if they are going to need a baker on one of their deployments. So I deployed twice. I took, while I was away, I signed up for another. So I did 2 tours in the old Yugoslavian Republic, in the part called Bosnia now. And then I came home and I signed up with the telegraph troops, and then I went back into the reserves. So kind of in some way or fashion, I've been connected to the military around 10 years. So I did a little bit of everything.
Nice. Nice. So let's rewind just a little bit. How would you describe your childhood?
My childhood.
Uh-huh.
Poor, loving, supporting, eventful.
Eventful how?
Well, we didn't have a lot of money, but even I have 3 siblings, and 2 of them, my mom lost her first husband to the Big Sea when my oldest brother, and I'm not even sure if he was born at that time or very young. And my dad apparently was one of the EMTs who went out and moved him from the house, and then sweet music and little blue-eyed baby Baker came along a couple of years later. But we didn't have a lot of money. We had a big house because we had a lot of kids, so we grew up without a lot of money, but they always made sure that we experienced things. It was very important for my dad to he loved history. I'm a big history nerd, so we did a lot of stuff locally where you can go out and see, okay, this happened during the Second World Kerfuffle in our local area. My dad's not his dad. His dad was very loosely associated to the freedom fighters, but his uncle was a veterinarian. They had a gas dispensation because everything was rationalized, but the vets needed to go around to the farms to make sure the animals. So he could drive his ambulance around, and he had a radio in it to talk to the Brits. So he was very proud of that, and my dad did 5 years in the military as well. So we always did a lot of history and stuff like that. Went around, saw all the local things. We traveled a lot. My dad was a weird guy. He didn't meet my mom till he was early 30s, and he was the guy who in the 60s thought, I'm going to go to Morocco. No one went to Morocco in the 60s. They had a civil war and everything. He was just weird, and I think that's why sometimes I have that, well, fuck it, I'll do it, spirit from him, because he was as solid as a rock, but at the same time he has this need to experience things. So we traveled a lot, and then when I got a little bit older, we started playing music, and with the music band, I traveled most of Europe. I've been to, I think, like 15 countries in Europe where playing music. So I had a lot of experiences as a kid that you don't normally have. They dragged me to meet kind of famous people. I met multiple of the Danish prime ministers and stuff like that. Stuff that normal kids probably wouldn't do, and most people would think that's effing boring. But it's kind of cool when you sit here and think back on it.
Yeah. So what was your fondest memory from childhood?
I don't think you have one.
Okay.
I actually talked to my kids about this when my dad passed away. My dad was a big part of my youngest daughter's life because we got divorced when she was 3 months old, and he kind of became that rock in her life as well. I don't think you have that one moment. I think you have that feeling. This was good. I love that we always had an open house. My mom couldn't see a kid who didn't get fed enough, or who wasn't clean, or who had shitty clothes. So even though we didn't have any money, we always for like 6 years, we just had some weirdo staying in our house. My brother would bring someone home, and hey, you can stay here tonight, and my mom would make sure they were fed. I remember when they taught a guy I think my brother might have been in 7th grade, and he brought this guy home, and they had to teach him how to take a shower. I had a friend of mine whose mom thought it was more important that all of her pets had food than her kids. One morning, I was like, "You slept here tonight?" He said, "Yeah, I slept here for the last month." Well, I've been working. I didn't know you were here. He said, "Yeah, your mom gave me a bed and said you can just stay here." Okay, well, see you later. I love that. I love all of those things, and most of all, the feeling that you always were supported, no matter how stupid. And I'm the third son. We do a lot of dumb stuff.
Right.
So my fondest memory is no matter what, even if they yelled at me, there was support, and I did a lot of dumb stuff. So I don't think you have one special day in your life you will remember forever, but I think it's more that feeling that you knew they were there always. And it's the same thing I try to imprint in my kids. I was out with my daughter and grandson today, and just when they think of me, I hope they know that I'm here is the thing they remember.
Right. Right. When you were young, what did you imagine you'd be doing right now?
I would be dead. I had a self-deletion pact with a friend saying when we turn 27, we're going to self-delete because nothing cool happens after you turn 27.
Is that why you're perpetually 27?
No, that's because in Danish it's 27, which sounds like lyver, which means lying 20s. So everyone just turns 27 because it sounds like lying 20s. So that's just how. It's just 27. It's just what you turn every time. It's a joke me and my sister-in-law has because we turn we are 6 months apart, so we are the same age, which is 27.
So tell me about this pact. What was that about, really?
It was a buddy I met. He was in Danish, when you're done being an apprentice and you have to go get your exam, and you'll get a piece of paper that says that we still have the guild system in the baking world. It's not like the old school guild, but it's still some of the traditions. So you get a piece of paper saying you have been accepted into the guild, blah blah blah. You got that degree that you could show to an owner of a bakery and say, I did my test. And then you're called a Sven. That's what it's called when you are finished. But he started working at my bakery before he just came out of the military, and we hooked up instantly with just really good buddies, and
Right.
we would always be drinking and out partying, and that's the guy who told me, hey, do you know they can pay your phone bill for you? And we were, when you're young, dumb, and 20 years old, you don't think anything is going to happen. So we were just like, no, when we turn 27, we're just going to end it, because nothing cool happens after 27. And that's why we had that pact.
Pretty wrong, huh? Yeah, I remember being invincible. It was awesome.
Yeah, well, isn't that when you're 18, life is so long, and when you're
Right.
50, life is so short.
Right.
And
it's true.
But that's how it has to be, or else you would be too scared of living. If you don't have that, nothing's going to happen. Valhalla and I wouldn't be dumb enough to go into war zones. You wouldn't take that chance, because you would sit there every day and you, like we say in Denmark, you would count on buttons that, oh, should I buy this car? Should I buy this house? Should I choose this job over this job? Because I need the money. Instead of saying, no, F it, just going to jump into it. And I think that's, you need that. And then when you get older, you get the experience and you say, well, maybe temper that a bit. But you need those days where life kicked you in your face to say, that's pretty good. It's pretty good at this point.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think you really do need to get your ass kicked every once in a while.
Yeah, and I had this talk with my daughter. Is very, very straight-laced, very smart, very everything by the book. She has that from her mom, planning everything 5 years ahead and stuff like that. And when she started her apprenticeship to get her education, she was like, yeah, well, I don't like I said, there's no one who's going to give you anything at your job. You have to take it. There's no you have this gender, you're going to get it, or you're not going to. You can work hard and you can put everything in it, and just remember, every day is being kicked in the face, but some days it's with a slipper on instead of a jackboot.
Right.
And you have to enjoy those days, because life is just it's just how life is. It's rough, but if you go through it, it's going to be kind of amazing. But there will be days where I sit for 4 hours with a daughter crying on the phone because life took a tumble. And I remember she called me like a year in. She had been out talking to some of her friends. She went to in Denmark, we have what we call after schools. Instead of doing 10th grade in school or 9th grade in school, you can go to an after school. You'll call it like a boarding school or something like that.
Gotcha.
That specializes in, it can be physical education, or it can be languages, and just whatever you need. And she met with some of the girls, and they were all in university or getting close to university. And they were complaining because in Denmark we have this SU, which is a student grant that you get every month for studying. You get about $1,000, and they were complaining, oh, we don't get enough, and oh, it's so hard going to school. And she's like, I work 40 hours a week. I have to pay taxes to pay your free money. Could you stop whining? Just go out and get a job. And these girls were like, well, it's impossible because women are so downtrodden. She was like, I worked at my job for 6 months, and they came in, and ahead of everyone else, even people who had 2 years of experience. They were like, "Hey, we need you to be our outreach person because we like you and
Yeah.
your personality and all of that. So you can get whatever. Stop feeling sorry and just get it."
Right.
Oh, so that was cool.
Yeah. Speaking of jobs, what is one job that you had that you disliked the most?
A furniture mover. I hated it.
Why?
Because it's just a shitty job. It doesn't pay well, and you have to go around and you have to move furnitures, and it's always the heavy. People don't order, "Hey, let's just get this small little thing." And no, you have to carry big old 3-person sofas up to the 4th floor,
Right.
and then because back then you paid on delivery, so I would run around with like $25,000 in the truck. Maybe I never understood why people didn't hold up that instead of a bank, because I had just thrown the money at you and don't do anything to me. And but it was just a shitty job, and people were always complaining, and people were always then they would call and said, "Oh, you scuffed my door," and no, we didn't. We have pictures of everything.
Right.
Always complaining, and then my last day on the job, I'd been up very late the night before to do a final delivery, and because sometimes they're like, "Hey, can you just do it on your way home? You can keep the truck overnight." I was like, "Okay." And then I had to go in, leave the truck I had overnight, and take another one someone else had packed for me, and went out. And the first place we went, I was standing up on the truck bed is maybe
Right.
the word, and you
Yes.
had like one of those, you could fold it down, and then you could like an
Mhm.
elevator on the back.
Gotcha.
And I was standing up there while my helper was going into the house to set it up, and these efforts hadn't put straps on a big old dining table. So that tipped over, threw me on the ground, and then landed on across me. So I have
Yikes.
a constant. I have this feeling that I have a band around my back all the time, because
Oh,
it didn't crack anything, but it effed up my rib cage, and probably did a little number to my spine as well. So it was 150 kilos, so that's like 300 pounds, 300 plus
yikes.
pounds. And it wasn't as much that it hit me. It's more that I was thrown a meter down, and then it came down on top of me again. That was
Oof.
what really effed me up. Couldn't really breathe after that. That guy, he looked really, really desperate when he saw me laying there, and just.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And I called back to the workplace and said, "I can't finish this." "Well, just try." I was just like, "I can't breathe." Like, "Well, okay, I'll try." And I drove like 10 minutes, and I was just, "I think I need a hospital." So luckily my lungs didn't collapse, but there was just the impact.
Yeah.
So that wasn't fun.
No, it doesn't sound like it. Well, did you have a job that you really enjoyed?
Again, no one loves their job, but you love parts of your job. I really liked in bakeries helping apprentices out, because I had a really bad sous chef in my bakery who I ended up having. I had a constant twitch. The last year I worked, I was just all the time, because, well, he was really fond of giving you apprentice tattoos, which is when you pull out those racks from the oven,
Hmm.
and he didn't really think you moved fast enough. He would just put it on your arm and said, "Oh, move faster,
Oh,
you get more tattoos." And
ouch.
sometimes he just did it because he was a dickhole. Um, but that made me really like to educate new apprentices, and I like being in a bakery because I always, well, mostly always had the sous chef position, so you have that more of an administrative job. I really love being deployed. If I could have, and I didn't knock up my girlfriend, I would probably have been one of those guys who will never deploy home. I just loved it. I loved You know where you have to be at 7 o'clock. You know where you have to be at 8 o'clock. I
Right.
really love that lifestyle, and I have no problem being in because it's technically it is a prison. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You have to be there. But I fucking loved it. I loved being in the military. It was because it gave me pride. It gave me a lot of joy, and military is the best job I had. Not the best paying job, absolutely not. But I really like being in the military, and I'm sad that I left it because I was in around 9/11, so we did a lot of exercises, and my wife was just absolutely not having it. So I'm really sad that I left the military for that.
Yeah.
You
Is
don't
there
love
anything?
your job, Eileen. You love parts of your job. I love these people who are like, oh, I love my job. No, that's Monday for you some days as well, where you just, oh, I have to fill out this form again. Oh, I have this customer.
Hey,
Everyone
Island.
has those days.
Yeah. There's different reasons why I've loved different jobs. I had one of the greatest positions working for a Fortune 500 company. We were satellite office, and it was just the greatest group of people. Like just that whole sense of collaboration. Nobody was above helping somebody else. It was just one of those like just catching lightning in a bottle, when you have that kind of group. And it just ruined office work for me after that. I was like, I don't want to work with anybody else ever again because you just don't find it.
That's the worst part. My buddy I mentioned, who I worked with, I love working with him. He's very flaky, and he's the guy, that guy who will always call you up every 2 years and, hey, bro, I need you now. I know that you're on a pension, but I'll pay you enough that it'll be worth it, and I'll make sure that we can take your physical limitations. I have this great job. The first was, come back to Copenhagen and work for a very big bakery chain. It's by a world famous chef. I need you because you're really good at educating. I did a year in teachers college as well, so I've done a lot of dumb shit. But you're really good at it. You're really good at telling people and communicating. So I need you because I have this job. I just need you. And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe. Well, I can flex. I don't have to live in Copenhagen. I hate living in Copenhagen when I did that. But yeah, maybe I could do like 3 days a week and stuff like that. Let's look at it. Then he left the job and nothing happened. A year later, bro, I'm moving to England and I need you in England because I'm going over there I have to fix. He was kind of the guy who was brought in to fix when they were failing and turn it around, and then he left again. He's not staying and building. He's resuscitating stuff. And I was like, England, and yeah. I figured it out, and we can live together, and it's close to this airport, so you can go home when you need the kids, and it's really easy. And I'll make sure. And I was like, oh, okay. 3 months later, bro, I'm moving to Saudi Arabia.
Oh gosh.
And but I loved working with him. He's the guy. If he had a real job for me, I would go through fire too, because I loved working with him. But he's also the guy who will leave 2 weeks after because he just gets bored a lot. Right now, I think he's in Kenya and making dairy products or something. I don't talk to him that often again, but no, he's a baker like me. And then one day he was just applying to a job and got a job running the quality inspection in a big factory in Saudi Arabia. I was like, okay. Then he went to Kuwait, and now he's in Africa. And then he started engineering just because then he knew what the engineers were talking about. So I like interesting people. I like fun people, and but they have to be smart. I don't like dumb people. Dumb people annoy me a lot. But it's kind of like the expert behind the sunglasses. Yeah, but you also know the expert behind the sunglasses.
Yes.
And he plays dumb really well.
Oh yeah, he does.
And that's why I really like that guy, because the first year I was in Tennessee, we would sit up till like 5 a.m. just talking where you're going with your channel, what do you want with your channel, why do you do this, why. And I didn't really know him at that point, but I like smart people. I like collabing with smart people because I learn from them.
Yeah, it took me about 6 months to figure him out.
Yeah.
Like now I really think I get him. Really, I understand him. I get him, but it took me a while. I was like, what is happening here?
But then you meet Volstorm and he says, no, you got him all wrong. I said, no, listen to me. And he's like, yeah, I've known him for 30 years. That's not true. At least he has a nice wife.
That's true. He has a great wife. Right.
That fixes a lot.
Is there anything in your past or any of your past jobs that you think prepared you for running a YouTube channel?
15 years in politics. Because it's the same. You have your good days, you have your bad days, and you have the backstabbing, you have the you have all the scandals, you have all of. So I think that's and you learn how to talk, because I am the biggest introvert on the planet. I don't like people, I don't like being public, I don't like to talk to people. And I have a YouTube channel where I talk 2 to 8 hours a day. It's
Tiff, sorry about that. We have a elf problem. It's an infestation. Oh gosh. What were you watching on YouTube when you started your channel?
When I started, my daily routine was Ricada in the morning, because Ricada would come on at 5 and I get up at like 6 in the morning. So I would have Ricada on. And then I really like, you met me in Valhalla, and I really liked wrestling from like the 90s and early 2000s. And so I watched a lot of wrestling podcasts, and I watched a lot of Warhammer 40K because I'm a massive nerd. And then I would watch trials during the rest of the day. So that was I did watch. I don't know if you know these. It's called Geeks and Gamers. It's quite big in the popular culture stuff, Nerdrotic, and I used to watch Bordering and Tim Pool and Crowder, more of that stuff. And then, but I just got fed up with it because it's always negative. Crowder wasn't probably as negative as the rest of them, but that was one of the things that really, especially when I started doing it, is what really ticked me off, is everything has to be negative. Every movie is shit, and every decision a politician makes is. I've watched. I have the Disney Channel, and I was sitting and flipping through one day, and I said, "Oh, the Fantastic Four! I've heard so much bad about it." I watched it, pretty decent movie, but all these people I used to listen to was just, "Oh, it's the worst thing in the world." And now I started going through all those movies that they told me I shouldn't watch because they're so horrible. Most of them pretty decent movies. It's great, because I normally end around 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock, and I'll catch a couple of episodes of a show or a movie, and I found out that people on the internet lie to you sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
Yeah, I feel really bad about that, because I would never.
Right. Who inspired you the most to start your channel?
Nick Ricada.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, rackets.
Yeah, because he
We'll blame him.
Well, I don't have any of the. I have some of the same qualities, but not the same talent, if you can say it that way. I like the duality of man. I like that he can come off. That's why I like Aiden Carney as well, from all the Karen Reed debacle. It's because he comes off as a massive asshole, but he's a smart guy. He's great at what he's doing. That they are thinking people. And I like that duality in them, that at night he can sit and talk about something absolutely obscure, and then he can give you a great analysis of an argument in a court case the next day. Right. I like complex streamers, and I like complex people. And that's why I like Rackets, because he is. I think he did something no one else had done on YouTube, because he didn't only do the trials, he didn't only do the late night shows, he did both of them, and he knew the difference between them, and that's why I really liked him.
Yeah. He's really incredible. Really,
Yeah,
really incredible.
and I'm just glad, because I remember the second year when we met each other the first time was when all of it just blew up with him, and
Yeah.
and I like seeing him coming back now and building up again, because
The redemption arc is great. I love it.
and he still has the magic, and he has a different type of show now, because it's not. In the end, I kind of went off it because it became a little too.
Those last 6 months were rough.
Yeah,
some rough content.
But that was then. I like the legal vices a lot, watching him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I like smart people who do dumb things.
Yeah. No, I get that. Was there a specific event that made you want to do live streaming?
No. I was planning on being an avatar channel, doing videos about political parties, and then I started doing some interviews because when I was in politics, it's like the top 1% will ever get interviewed during an election campaign. So I made this thing where I just put an open out, hey, if you're running and you want to be interviewed and you want it online, I don't want to get you in a gotcha moment. I'm not going to be biased against you because you are right wing or left wing. I just want a conversation, and you can then show people, and I'll try and make it as good as possible. I have 15 years of experience. I've been through all of it from the organization level till I ran for national election as well. So I've been through all of it. So if you want to have, and then I was talking, the first two was people I had met when I was in city council, and they said it's really weird. We're talking to this avatar, and I thought, okay, I'll be on screen, but again, I'm an introvert. I didn't like it, but I did. I can't remember 17, 18 interviews or something like that, and that was fine. And then MLS, I was always in his chat talking about the Danish system, was how different it was from the American system, because I have a lot of years as a juror in Denmark, and he said one time, "Can't you just come on and talk about it?" I was like, "I don't know. I no habla español, English, whatever language you talk." And I went on, and we did a show, and he said, "Can you help me out, cover a trial?" And I was like, "Okay, I don't really do that, but okay." And that's why I started doing live shows. And he has now retired. I think he retired 17 times or something since our first stream. So
who, MLS?
Yeah, he retires all the time.
Yeah, something like that.
He's a little bit of a drama queen. He likes to retire so he can. Yeah.
Well, you brought that up about you spent a lot of time as a juror. Is that part of like your system where you have to be a juror, or is that an optional?
You sign up. Actually, you have to reapply next year. You apply, and then you send it to your city council and say, "I would like to apply." They will then do a preliminary. Okay, you don't have felonies, blah blah blah.
Right.
And then they will send it to. It changed names so many times, but it's the court, Ministry for the Courts, or the board of, I don't know, the subcommittee for courts, and they get it, and they will do a little more of a background check, make sure that you don't have anything that could preclude you from being a juror, and then they will inform me you are elected to be either in what we call city court. That's the lowest level. That's anything from 2 weeks in prison to 6 years in prison. Those cases you can have there. Or you are on what's called land court, or it's not really for the entire land, but still, which is where you run the appeals, and then you have the high court, but that Supreme Court. We don't have jurors in those ones, but they will
Right.
tell you are either on the lower level or on the second level, and then you just serve for 4 years, and depending on how many cases they have and stuff like that, you'll go to court like 3-4 cases a year, and a case can be 5 minutes and a case can be 8 days. You don't know. You have to be here this day and do this, and then you just show up. But you do it for 4 years at a time.
It's interesting. I bet we'd have better turnout if we did something like that here.
Well, it'll make it better because you get experience as well, and
Yeah, exactly.
and we have a totally different system. We don't have that where, oh, now the jury walks away and find out. No, we go in, the judge is with us. We all have a vote each. We are 3 people, the judge, and then 2 laymen. And then the first question is, charge number 1. Did Rosalind steal a handbag on the 5th of June? Have they said she did that? Well, we can kind of see the handbag is there on the surveillance camera. She walks past it. It's gone. And yeah, let's say she probably stole it. Okay. Did Rosalind...
This is such defamation.
did Rosalind beat up 5 guys in the back alley? No,
Yeah,
she hadn't.
totally.
She didn't have any thing on her hands. Again, but we will go charge by charge, and he will ask us. And then
Right.
when we're done with that, I said, okay, we can agree on 1, 3, 7, 12. Guilty in all those, we'll drop the rest of the charges. Okay. And then we'll go through charge 1, that's 14 days in prison. Charge 3, that's 2 months in prison. And then we'll make it. We do the sentencing and the prison time or whatever punishment you receive at the same time. And you don't have this, what's the law? Because the judge will tell you to prove it, they have to do this, and
Right.
this is what the law is. So I've been there so long, so I know a 119 is assaulting a public servant. 244 is assault. 245 is aggravated assault. Those are the standard ones we have a lot of. Then of course all the drugs, but it makes you know what to listen for, and maybe also leave your bias, because a lot of people go in and say, well, they wouldn't accuse them if they didn't do it, and because we have so many cases, you kind of know. Yeah, sometimes I had a guy who spent a year in detention prison in Denmark. If you're arrested for something, they have to prove that you can be a danger to the case, either trying to influence witnesses or run away. But if they can't put you in prison, you're just released to the streets. You don't have to pay bond, anything, unless they can prove that it would be a bad thing to have you out there because of the witnesses or the victims and stuff like that. They can put you in prison. And we had this guy, he spent a year in prison for a grape case. A grape case that started because he said a word to a lady who drove him. She was a social worker off duty who said, yeah, I'll take you there. And they listened to something on the radio and he said something, and she thought that meant he was going to unalive the victim. And we found out when we ended up finding him not guilty because, well, it was one of those, I'm getting back with my old boyfriend, I have to explain what I did last night kind of way. So, yeah.
Oh,
he spent a year in prison.
one of those.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he spent a year in prison. We did the math, because then you can sue for wrongful incarceration. Because we have a day rate that you get, I think it was 2.7 million he was owed.
Wow.
So I hope his lawyer remembered to file that, because that was 2.7 million, and it was kind of weird kid. But yeah, it was just. She sent him a picture when she went to. Back on my island, they had one place that you went to get the test done and stuff like that, and it's called the Grape Clinic. But probably not the best name. But she sent a picture and said, where she was actually taking a selfie with the name with the grape clinic sign in the
Hmm.
background. Guess where I am? And he was like, at the hospital. And then she sent him a screenshot of her. I think they were to Burger King after. Said, "Yeah, I'm going to sue you for rape. I'm going to the police and reporting you now." And he was like, "But
What?
you wanted it. You invited me over." Yeah, he spent a year in prison because of a social worker.
Wow.
It's
That's
fun.
that is so fucked up.
Yeah.
A lot of your content kind of leans into the true crime. Did you always know you were going to be a wine mom, or
No, I
what's up
don't
with
drink
that?
wine. That's the funny part. I don't like wine.
At all?
No, I don't. I drink a lot of beer. Well, I don't drink anymore. I'm getting old and I'm getting boring. But I used to drink a shit ton of beer. But I never drank wine. I think red wine makes me feel heavy, and I'm heavy enough to begin with. And white wine is just sour as piss. So I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I hate
Yeah.
when you have done enough receptions and gallery openings, they always buy that cheap spumante,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so sour that you can just feel your cheeks getting.
It's not
So I
good.
don't like it. No,
It's
and
not
it's
good.
always the same cheap. Buy some nice. You don't have to be expensive. Just buy some Asti that's a little sweet. Don't get all that sour crap.
Was there a particular case that drew you into the true crime?
No, it was just Dave saying, "Can you help me out?" And then he left. And then I was sitting there with Jamie, and
It's Dave's fault.
I guess we're here now. Yeah, I
Way to
guess
go,
we are.
Dave.
But then we found right now the market is kind of dead because there's not a lot of cases being shown out there, so it's kind of dead. And I'm in the middle of a transition gender. And
True
then also
crime is a
again-
dead market.
well, the live streaming true crime is kind of dead because there's like 2 trials being shown a day, and everyone is showing that, and you're sitting here thinking, and most of them is just man pew-pews wife, woman pew-pews man, and you're thinking, I kind of done. I did 22 cases last year. I kind of done all of them.
Wow.
So
That's a lot.
yeah, and a lot of kid cases in the end of the year. While I have a grandson and I have a new one on the way, and it kind of messed me up a little bit. So
Yeah, the kid cases will mess with your head for sure.
yeah, and
Yeah.
but that's why I'm a little bit in a transition now and seeing, okay, maybe turn more into the true crime aspect of it, talk about upcoming cases or cases that'll never see the court. So I'll actually be
Yeah.
more of a true crimer than a trial crimer, because
Gotcha.
that's what's out there now, because you can always find the news about some stupid cases. About right now I was covering the Ohio 16 with the 16 kids found in a ramshackled house.
Yeah.
And
that's wild.
Yeah, and you can talk about that and
The psychology of that, I think, would be more interesting to me. Like, how did we get here? Like, what happened?
have you seen the
I have
mugshot?
avoided looking at any of it so far.
Well, let's just say the mugshots might lead to.
I've seen the mugshots. Yeah, I did see
Yeah.
those. So yeah, it looks like a little, yeah,
Look
maybe
like they might
huffing some glue or something.
I'm just
Allegedly.
saying, but when the granddad makes side eyes look decent, you know it's a bad day.
You'd be nice to side eyes.
Why? She's mean to me all the time.
Yeah, but I like it when she's mean to you.
Funny enough, I don't know if you know it, a lot of people actually like when people are mean to me.
I know. See, guys should just, embrace it.
Well, when I embrace it, then people yell at me for saying, "Can you stop talking about it?" And I'm like, I don't talk about it. Everyone else is talking about it. I'm the only one not making bank.
Oh, goodness. So what kind of crime stories are your favorite?
The interesting ones, the weird ones.
Yes, as opposed to the dull ones. I agree. You're right.
No, but again, man shoots wife, wife shoots man. I've said that a million times.
Right.
The Cararintala case, the first married lesbian couple where the spouse killed. Allegedly. I thought it was a misjustice. It's Massachusetts, so of course it's effed up. That was really interesting because it was the fourth time. It was a great defense attorney. It's one of those where every day you're looking forward to what's going to happen in the trial. Those trials where it's just you just sit here and think, maybe if I just sit on a cactus, this will feel better because this is boring. So I like those weird cases where you're thinking, oh, I thought he did it, but no, I actually,
Maybe not.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that instead of, there's so many cases where idiot, just take a plea deal and you could have spent less time in prison.
Right.
I
Right.
like
You know,
those
I think
cases.
some of the stuff, you know, people get into the true crime, and then some people get into the court, and I kind of like it when you can follow the crime all the way into court. like
Yeah.
like Laura Owen's case, for instance. I mean, we all knew that she was pulling something hinky, but then to see the courts actually hold her accountable is fascinating. So
Did you
it's
hear the parents?
oh yeah, did you listen to that?
Yeah,
The bankruptcy hearing?
yeah, the judge. He was fun. She was fun. She was fun.
Oh, it's wild. It's wild. And it is interesting to me. To me, it's like the best of both worlds when you can actually, look, follow the crime and then follow it to court. I mean, I think, especially like with the Idaho case, that was a disappointment because he pled guilty and we didn't get to go to court. So,
Yeah,
but you caught the guy.
that was
But you caught the guy.
but that was kind of what kind of ruined all the trial streams because everyone was setting up for Koberger, and I was actually desperate to find something else because I've been doing Karen Reed for 8 weeks, and every channel was just Karen Reed, and you're just sitting here, and sometimes people like some pork ribs instead of a beef patty. So you're I was like, okay, I'm gonna cover something else. So everyone who's sick and tired of the Koberger, they'll come watch
Sure.
my show. And then the asshole goes and pleads guilty.
Yeah.
And that just started a million. That's one of the things. I'm so sick and tired of all the conspiracy theories that these people will make up in true crime.
Mm-hmm.
And when you tell them, no, that's not true. That's not what happened. Oh, you're one of them.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh yeah.
No. Well, I was actually on TikTok, and there's this dancing guy over on TikTok, and he told me that Koberger couldn't have done it because there was a space continuum over the house.
Sure.
And when Mercury is in retrograde, then it couldn't
things
have.
get hinky. Yeah.
Jeepers, could you? It's the same with people who make channels about body language. They should be banned.
Oh, come on.
I can read Baker's expression, and he is clearly guilty. Okay, you can read the Danish face.
That's fair point.
I've never been happier in my life. I hate that when they sit there. Oh, we just saw 2 seconds of Johnny Depp in court, clearly guilty. Why? Well, he did this.
Yes.
What does he normally
twirling
do?
his mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that too, but I like to hear the points of view anyway. Because I mean, there's something, I don't know. I mean, I think women especially should, you have that sense of, you can kind of, it's intuitive, I guess, maybe a little bit, but we can always figure out when a woman's lying. Always. We always know. I mean, maybe you just hire a bunch of women.
Every woman has married the wrong guy in history. That's because you have that strong intuition that you can. I know people. Didn't you tell me your husband was an a-hole? Yeah, but couldn't read him. Everyone else.
Well, I'm saying women. I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying that women are pretty good at reading other women. Just leave it at that. Oh, we won't take that one any further. Anyway, so you also cover. You have covered.
I'm being called sexist enough on the internet. I don't need to sit here and say.
Oh, I don't find offense at that at all.
No, but someone else will clip it and say, "Oh, see, Baker is going after women again." That's why I always go after Lefty and Zach, because they are female, but present like males.
So you have covered a lot of U.S. court. Is there something that you find particularly fascinating about our court, or how is it different from your court?
I'm annoyed by most of it because you you have this, oh, we need to talk all the time. I need to
How
shut the
dare
hell
you
up.
call me a Yankee? I'm a Texan.
You are all from Yankee-stan. I don't know. Oh, we're special. Yeah, you all say that. You are American.
Have you been to Texas?
No, because there's rattlesnakes. I'm not going to go to places with the rattlesnakes.
Fair point.
That's why I don't go to Florida, because Florida is the Australia of America.
That's true.
So, and I don't go to Massachusetts because there's more red flags than a communist convention.
Okay.
No,
so,
but
what do you think are the key differences?
The fascination I have with the American system is the openness, because you cannot look into. There was a guy who lived maybe 20 minutes away from where I lived before, and I was perusing to see if there was any crimes and stories, and I saw a Danish guy arrested in California for flying over to do bad stuff with kids, and I thought, oh my God, I had his name, I had everything. In Danish media, it was, I think, 53-year-old man arrested in California because of child-related offenses. I was Googling it maybe 6 months ago. There's nothing other than the initial that he had been arrested. He's convicted. Hasn't been mentioned in Danish media at all, and that's why I like the American system. You can get a lot of it. I can read coroner reports. I can sit and look at all of that. That's really interesting.
Yeah. So it's just the openness of our courts.
Yeah, and then the level of retardation for most defendants.
Right, like the soft sits.
I never actually had a soft sit, really. I had one who kind of tried to lean into it a little bit, not Derek Brooks style, but kind of a little. I like a fun soft sit, but I actually like more one who thinks that they can go pro se and be better than a lawyer, and they just messes everything up.
We love our pro ses over here.
Bradley Yawn is still the dumbest case I've ever covered. It's a horrible case. 70
it's a horrible case, but God, he was spectacular.
Your Honor, I have been mistreated and my family has been mistreated. My cousin, I know he's an idiot, but he's not allowed to be in the courtroom. And he didn't know he wasn't allowed to come in during open while the doors are closed. Can you open the door? What does it say? No one is allowed. Yeah, denied. I just love that my brother or my cousin is an idiot. I think your whole bloodline is idiots. So.
No, that one. I mean, it couldn't have happened to a better person. I mean, like he deserves everything he got. But the takedown was fun. It was fun to watch.
I'm just gonna, because I had set up a stream, but I'm gonna change it to tomorrow. That's no problem.
Oh, am I running over? I didn't know you had
I didn't give you a back end. I was just maybe it would. I'm so fucking boring. She's not gonna talk to me for more than 10 minutes, so I'll just do it tomorrow. It's not gonna run anywhere, so I'll do it tomorrow. Do it live.
Let's do it live. That's right. You can start streaming right now if you want to. And just
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Broken Baker. Today we're going to talk about what? Yeah, twice on Mondays, 3 times on Wednesdays. My age, it's not happening that much. But what we're looking into today is, we know Michael Proctor, the guy who doesn't like foreigners. And, oh, no, not that way, Rosalind. I think that would be kind of a weird stream.
Okay, so let's fast forward a bit to 2024. Yeah. It was the Karen Reed case 1 and Ruby Franke coverage where you really saw some traction on your videos and your streams. Like the numbers just really bumped up. What is it that you think about those cases that made them made your videos popular?
It was it was big cases. It was cases that it had instant attraction, but I also very early on, I think it might have been that I was very early into it when the market was really not that big yet, and I wasn't ever the biggest in any of it, and that got me the attention of Aiden, and then Aiden agreed to come. I think I had like 2,000 subs, and Aiden jumped on my channel, and I just boom, that
Right.
kind of blew up. And then during the trial, or when the trial was about to end, I thought, hey, let's again steal some, borrow some inspiration from Nick Ricada. And I reached out to other streamers and said, you want to come on and talk about what you saw on the stream? And that really kicked. That's still my most viewed stream. I think 45,000 views or something like that.
Right.
And that blew me up because I did that. And then from there on, I think because I'm kind of an asshole, but I'm a nice guy. So I have shown that I'm stable. I'm not one of those who will flake out and do
Right.
crazy stuff and stab you in the back. So I had a lot of people who have been nice to me and talked nice about me, and that just continued my growth. So I
Right.
think it's the right place at the right. Again, when everyone on your side went on the hills, I ran away faster than anything, and that really
On
bumped a
my
lot of
side,
channels.
I
Well,
have a
on
side.
no, but it's you're more covering the Watch the Hill stuff, and I went Karen Reed, and I was just randomly because I saw it on Legal Vice's channel. I saw that the scratches on the arm, and I thought this is weird. And then I was there when Turtle Boy got arrested. I was one of the first who
You were
streamed stuff
there?
like that. No, I was the one who showed it because it was he's getting arraigned today. I think I was maybe one of the first or one of the only people streaming that. And I think because I've
Yeah.
shown that, well, I'm a solid hand, and if you invite me on a panel, I'll give you 15 minutes of maybe we need to be serious, maybe we need to run around and say dumb stuff. I can do all of it.
Right.
So I'm not going to be the one who sits with 2,000 viewers, but I'll still wrangle up a few people here and there, and that's what I do, and that's what I like to do. So I think it's just more that consistency and showing that because a lot of people, a lot of people jump on things when they get popular.
Right.
I said I'm not going to really go into it, but we're going to dip into it a little bit. The lol cow thing, that got really big because
Huge.
a lol cow is a lol cow, and you like lol cows. I don't like lol cows as much because it's my tackle they are talking about, so it's not that interesting for me. But there's a lot of people who they couldn't tell you where Massachusetts is on a map, or why she knows me, or why she talks about me. Who's Aiden? Who's Will DeClara?
Right.
Why is this a thing? They just see, oh, there's views in this because Jolene kind of made her a lol cow. And
Now, let's be fair. Jolene did not make her a lol cow. Her own actions made her a lol cow. Let's be fair.
that's of course true. But because of her actions, she became an internet meme, and that's what you know.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly being brought up in relations to that, but that's the weird part, because I don't want to be part of any of it. I just want not having it happen to me, not having to tell my family that, hey, guess what I got in the mail yesterday.
Well, you
When
didn't
you
have
show
to tell them.
Well, I showed them pictures of it, so
Yes.
they would be like,
What
we
the
have
hell?
a weird sense of humor in my family. My sister was like, what the fuck? Why does one of them have teeth? I said, I don't know. I didn't use it. But
Maybe you can pull them out once a year to celebrate.
yeah, for decorated with my no, I took the pictures and then I threw it in the trash. I'm not having
Gotcha.
no, thank you.
Okay.
But people will run for everything that's. But I feel like I need kind of a connection to it to talk about it. That's why I could do the Laura Owens. I could have gone on the Laura Owens when it kind of, because a lot of channels did well with that, and there's views to get if you put Laura Owens in a channel.
Sure.
Or I could jump into What the Hell's now, even though it's 3 years and nothing really happens in that case. But I get up every morning and I see people covering it. I'm thinking, what happened? And then I Google news. There's like,
Nothing.
it hasn't been to
Nothing
trial
new.
for, but they sit every morning for 2 hours and they have 2,000 viewers. And you're thinking, I really should tap into that audience. Then I didn't have to sell my feet pics. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's got quite a community, but I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's not quite as divided as the Free Karen Reed is. There's a division, but it's not as big. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like this little group of really annoying people, but then the rest of the community is very supportive, and they just want they want to see justice for Jeremy, and that is kind of unique.
Not as divisive.
Not as.
How many lawsuits have been threatened or filed?
Okay, but that's for content. You can't take those seriously.
Well, I haven't been sued yet.
Well, exactly. No one else has been.
I'm one of the loudest people.
No one else has officially been sued. It was just that a lawsuit that somebody threatened and took it a little too far wasn't allowed to just be dismissed. So that's one.
That's a little,
Jeremy has sued quite a few people, but nothing's really made any traction yet that I can see. I had to dig in and do a timeline on it because I couldn't follow the story. I mean, I was like, I can't figure out what's happening. Like, I don't even know who half these people are you're talking about. So that helped me understand it. And I think, as far as I can tell from what I was given and shared with me, it looks like he's absolutely right. He was stalked by some lifelong grifters who was hoping that, they could start a YouTube channel and make some bank off of him. That's what it looks like to me. That's my opinion. But all the other stuff is just minutia. It's just content.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I get bored when it just. That's the thing. Yeah. In Karen Reed, there was new stuff. They had good lawyers, and I would then go and do a case down in Minnesota.
Right.
With a guy who works at a casino and then embezzled people on the golf course. I don't know if you know him. He's French Canadian. He has very tiny hands, but it was a weird case. He strictly drinks Bud Lights, by the way. Oh. But I would go away, and then when there was news in the Karen Reed, but still, you had these people who was every single day. They were, we have to have Karen Reed. And I think that's where the division came after, because of course you had your antis, you had the Twisted Tragedies and the Crusty Panties and the Plevins who were just started, but at least they were it's kind of like the two peas in the pot where they're just always going to be on the opposite side, no matter if the judge rules no, Lynette, that you can't put that in. It's because he's biased and he's an asshole.
Exactly.
And but those two positions. But then all these people who are in here, and I don't have any other content. I can't do anything. I can't put on a wig and make jokes for 90 minutes. I can't go make a Lego set. I can't go on a show and talk about world politics or anything. I can only do Karen Reed because it's easy bake content. Right. When that went away, they blew up, and it's the same is going to happen in the Hills when it finally settles.
Oh, sure.
Because all the people who don't have anything but a What the Hell's channel, because you're interviewing a weirdo from Denmark right now, you can move and do something else, and then you can go dip in and say, oh, by the way, there was a new filing today, it llooks good or it looks bad, right. And then you can move on to something else. These people have nothing. Where's the two peas in the pot gonna go? And every time because when I go live in the morning, if no one I know is streaming, I'll just hit the live button to see if
who's live, right?
You're always scouting to find something new that you can bring to your channel. And they're always live. And I tried to go in and listen to them, and I was just, this is like listening to the guys I have been fighting for.
Why would you do? Don't listen to that. No. Oh, God, no. It's impossible to listen to. I mean, really.
And Cleo, yes, I did put on a wig because that's what I said. These people cannot put on a wig and do 90 minutes of comedy. I'll do that. I'll put on a clown wig and dance around half naked. I don't give a hoot. I'll make content. It's not good content, but I'll make content. What I'm saying is all these other people.
I would watch that if you did that.
Well, it's a little more expensive, and on another side, we cannot mention on YouTube.
Right.
But
Yeah,
that's I'm sorry, but I cannot wait for the Hells to be over and see the blow off, because I'm gonna lolcow the shit out of all of these people. Now I'm gonna make my bag that was made on my peen. I'm gonna make it on all of those people.
That's right.
You will have people who kind of like the lolcow who were best friends and ride or die, and they will just be
Oh, sure.
desperate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I get it. I get it. So you did have a big jump in subs when you started covering Turtle Boy. What is it about his story that you think captivates so many people?
Karen Reed was the one that boosted. Turtle Boy was a side story to a bigger story. The captivation in the Karen Reed case was the obvious wrong charges, the bad investigation. And then you get to know Aiden. And Aiden is a wonderful, wonderful person. Also very divisive, because he's an asshole. I like assholes. Well, I like someone who says it like it is. I don't like this pussyfooting around. I just like when he yells at people that he gets mad at in his chat that they should just go die in a hole. I smile, because I do the same sometimes. I tell them to go stuff a cactus up their behind. That's my thing. But now he's charged with potentially 90 years in prison for witness intimidation, because the state is trying to. It was because they couldn't get a gag order, and now that man who fought so hard for this woman's freedom is threatened, and there's this whole side plot of all these people who was claiming they were all First Amendment and freedom and justice, and now they are. So you have an entire new side story within a story, and that's.
I'm familiar. That's why the side quests.
Yeah, but that's turned into the main quest. So now the Karen Reed case is the side quest to this one, and it's just fascinating, and
it is an interesting study on people, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's in times like this you learn. You have met people on the YouTubes where you thought, oh, cool, and then 2 months later you're thinking, why did you say that about me? You and I have shared a lot of good times. We have done a lot, and you get disappointed a lot. And then when it blows up, because I normally have that, I don't talk about you. If I don't like you, I just forget to mention you when I bring up. Yeah, and it's really cool meeting all these people I stream with. Will Declarer, the expert, Rosalind Duke,
whoever those other people were. There you go.
and then you just forget to mention Valhalla all the time, because no one needs to know he was there. And I just have that. That's always been my philosophy. And whenever I met these assholes, I just forget to mention them. I forget to bring them up on chats and stuff like that. My little passive-aggressive way of signaling I don't like you. But now these people, because they're so desperate and doing it publicly, it's just fun. And when the lolcow runs around on the field, you have to milk it, and that's
you have to milk it. That's right.
Yeah.
So I think, I know I have a particular brand of case that I find interesting, and it's usually false allegations. Those really seem to get me upset and pique my interest. Is there a particular kind of case that piques yours?
I like the case where the defense is good. They don't have to be fighting for an innocent person. But Rosemary Scapiccio, again, back to the Rintala case, amazing woman. What a firebrand. And she has the thickest Boston accent. And she just yells at people. I like that. But I like a good defense, and a defense who knows when to shut up as well. Because I've been doing jury duty for, I can't remember if it's 16 or 20 years next year. And you see a lot of lawyers, but you also see the same lawyers all the time.
Sure.
And you have the ones you hate when you're like, oh, or the prosecutors,
Oh yeah.
it's going to be that one today because they're just horrible. And then we have one, and he is amazing. When he has a clearly guilty client, he will just put all of it into trying to put down the sentencing. So but I found this case that because the lawyers will give us what's been ruled in Supreme Court in Denmark. This is the level 6 months, 3 months, and then we'll have to figure it out. But he really doesn't do that, because other lawyers are like, oh, I'm going to ask a million questions of every witness. No, just shut up. You don't, if it's not working.
Right.
So I like cases with good lawyering. And I like cases with shady prosecutors because I can yell a lot about them. I hate them, but it makes for good cases. Those cases where everything is just flowing and you're just sitting here, and I hate expert witnesses with unbridled passion, sorry.
Yeah.
Because
Gotcha.
you have to do the Wadaya every time. In Denmark, if you're a doctor, you're a fucking doctor.
Right.
Well, then you can't evaluate their qualifications. Okay, I'm a baker, and I was taught on Turner Tekniske Skole. I did my apprenticeship in Brydegårds Konditori. Does that make me a better or worse baker than someone who did it another place? You don't know. Well, I like to know. You don't know if he did well at Brown University.
Oh, and how many expert witnesses have been removed from cases because they found out they were, frauds? I mean, it happens. Does it help? Does it hurt? I don't know. I mean, I get it. I get it.
Just stipulate to it. Just send over the CV and say, we're going to bring in this guy. He's an expert in paint. No, he's not. He just threw paint on a wall one time. He's not an expert. We're not going to accept him. Okay, get it out the way. So, because I see it from a jury standpoint. Every time we're sitting here, and, we're going to do a voir dire. No, they're going to sit in a freaking room with no oxygen. There's always that guy with a little too much halitosis, and there's that lady who thinks that you can't smell me if I just put enough perfume on. So you have that mixture of old sweat and too flowery perfume.
Floral sour milk.
Yeah, and you're just sitting in that room, and you have to wait for another 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Just stipulate, this guy is a doctor. Yeah, this guy is an ME. Yeah, he's a police officer. I don't need to know that you did 6 months at the police academy. I don't really care about it. Just get to it. What did you see? What did you find? But Americans, I'm sorry, you Yanks like to yak.
Yeah, we do. We do. What's the most ridiculous case you've covered?
Sarah Boone for her absolute asinineness. Bradley Yawn because he's just an idiot. Donk. Nicholas Mew because I think he actually was right in his self-defense claim, but he effed himself over in it. There was a case, I still believe he was innocent because the woman did chuck a Yankee candle at him. Yes, he might have pew-pewed her twice in the face over it and cut her up in 7 pieces. But should she be allowed to throw Yankee candles at men? I'm just because he might have banged everyone he was tattooing. Again, it seems a little harsh that he.
Well, if you're going to throw a candle, a Yankee candle would be the preferred one because, I mean, it's middle of the road. They're kind of large and they're not that expensive for their size.
Had it been one of those saint candles.
Oh, yes, the Jesus candles.
Yeah, that would have been different, but no,
those are only like $1 or something at the dollar store.
But I like those where you have those little twisty turns, because again, I've done man kills wife, wife kills man. I've done them a million times. So you want that quirky little what's going on,
right?
That was the Rentala case. The best thing was because of that thick Boston accent, the CC couldn't pick up what they said. One of them was, his name was Mark Alasola or something. and it made it into marvelous saxophone.
Yes, the closed captioning is always fun.
And that makes, and when you have Jamie on for one of those, and she just loses it, that's nothing better. That's what makes it
Yes.
memorable.
Shout
Because,
out to
again,
Jamie.
she is
We
the
love
best.
her.
Yeah, I hate her job because it takes her away from me. So
Oh, that's
that's
not
sadly
good.
how it is.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're
Valhalla,
currently
get the receipts.
you're currently around 24,000 subs.
Yeah.
That's really not the norm for a 4-year-old channel.
No, I should have had way more.
Yeah. Oh, way more?
I don't know. Is it too much? Is it too little? I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you statistically speaking for YouTube, and of course you've got to filter in, there's millions of channels, and I think it's hilarious when people think they become so obsessed with their little crevice of YouTube that they think it's this big part of it, and it's not. I mean, like there's endless YouTube channels. But I think the average for YouTube is 3 years to even get monetized.
I think technically when you are monetized and you have over 15,000 subscribers, you are top 2% of every YouTube channel on
Right.
YouTube. And
Right. But
that's,
you're talking about like just breaking that 1,000 barrier and the watch hours. I mean, people seem to take that long. So it's
well,
average.
I had when I started, you had to have 5,000 watch hours and 3,000 subscribers. I think or maybe it was I can't remember, but I would never catch up with I had 35,000 watch hours or something when I got halfway to monetization. I always had a few solid, and that's the thing. People are like, "Oh, it's not a great stream if it doesn't have 1,000 views." Do you know what the norm is on YouTube?
Right.
It's less than if you have a live stream with 100 viewers, you are
Right.
doing really well. People are
Right.
like, "Well, I got 5,000 viewing on my channel, or I watched this guy. He has 5,000. He covers the same topic. Yeah, he's really, really freaking lucky."
Yeah.
Because the norm is
True.
50 to 100 is where most channels will be.
I think it's something like 15% of your subscriber count.
Yeah, if you can get that, you're very lucky.
You're very lucky.
I think it's 0.1% is actually the norm.
Really?
Yeah, it's because you have so many dead subs that just I watch you on Rosalind. I don't like you, but because she was sharing the link, I'll be nice and go over and like him.
And they never come back. Right.
No, but the thing is, and I think that's why you start looking. I don't look at my numbers. Well, when there's something and people come and say, "Hey, you dipped under 24," you're like, "Oh, I did," and then I don't go into my studio. I don't go into my AdSense. I don't go. I see the money when I have to file it with the accountant, and then
right.
I don't really. And then I don't do the how many views. I did that in the beginning. You're like, "Oh, I got 100 views on a video," and I'm like, "No, I did an hour show. I did fine. I liked it. The chat was moving. It's fine. You get it." But again, I don't have to do this for the money. I actually lose money out of my pension because I can make a living next to my pension. So I could live just as well not streaming. But I like streaming. I like talking to people. I like being an idiot online. But I think a lot of people have that thing where they get so interested in other people's wallet that it ruins the fun of streaming. I always had that. I'm not going to look at my sub numbers. I'm sometimes when you're streaming, you're thinking, I normally have 250 people. Now I have 50.
Right.
It's not worth it sitting here for 8 hours. But then you think, well, normally you stream at another hour and you have another content. And okay, you had 50 people there. That's 50 people you wouldn't have had if you didn't stream. And then you do those things now and again, but I don't do that where, I don't go in and check, Expert had 3,000 views on this video, or Valhalla did, well,
right.
2 people talking about how he kills algae because he has a problem with algae, apparently. I don't like my biggest joy right now is I do restream roulette. When I do my late night, I'll see, okay, who's live, and if no one I know is live, I'll chuck people over to the crafty ho hos.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's 3 ladies who they stream for like 8-9 hours with 16 people watching them, and they're just crafting and talking, and they are so sweet. And I found them when I think they had like 100 subscribers, and I can't even remember. I think they're like 500 or something now.
Nice.
And I love that part of it. I love going on a channel and it's a new channel, and you can give it that boost. A lot of them you probably shouldn't have helped. I've sent a lot of people to other channels where like I said earlier, 2 months later, you're like, oh, I didn't
Oops.
see that part of this person. But
Right. No, I get that.
But that's what I don't like looking at my numbers, because it doesn't matter. It's
No.
Of course when you have those big streams and oh, that was great. But I like having great streams. I like having fun streams. I'll go, if you, like I said, if you want to figure out what camera to buy, or do you need help with StreamYard, tell me. And it doesn't have to be, okay, we're gonna do a stream and I'm gonna sit here and say, oh, I'm gonna do this for this person. No. I'll give you half an hour and I'll show you and do all of that stuff, because I wish someone would have done it with me in the beginning. But a lot of people
I forgot. I didn't even know you had to turn on monetization for like the first year I was monetized. I thought it was automatic.
Yeah, but I have Lauren, a Common Sense Investigator. She is the worst tech person in the world. She was like, I can't turn on ads. I said, are you using your phone? Yeah, don't use your phone.
Yeah.
But what do I do then? Use your PC.
Yeah.
Why? Don't ask why, just do it.
Stop asking me questions. Just do it. Exactly.
Next stream, I'm sitting there saying, I'm sitting in chat and you can take the comment that has been on your screen for half an hour off now. I don't know how. Just anywhere in chat. Just bring up a new one. Okay.
Exactly.
But I love that part of it, helping people out and fixing problems, seeing how they're getting better. So my numbers doesn't matter. It's I like some people turn into me sometimes. The best thing is when I go into a random channel and say hi, and people are like, oh, it's Baker. That's what I like.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of, and the cool
I try to, if
I'm
scrolling through YouTube and I see somebody's on live and they look familiar, like maybe they're part of the community or something, I'll just pop in. Sometimes I might be the only person watching, but maybe it helps them a little, but also it's kind of nice to connect and see what they're about occasionally too.
That's why I hit the live button, and then sometimes it's a lefty who's sitting and playing his video game, and you just go in there and say, "Oh, I didn't know that they make mice that small that your tiny hands could fit on it." And I think it's one of those travel size mice he uses.
There you go.
There was a guy who played a football manager game I play, and he had like 2 people watching. And then I was just 3 days in a row, I was just sitting in his chat and chatting about, because he was running a Danish football club. He was British, but ran a Danish. And I said, this guy is used to play for my club and blah, blah, blah. And then you just have that interaction, and these people don't know who you are.
Right.
And that's kind of cool. Because again, if I come into your channel, a lot of people are like, hey, big. And you're like, should I say hi or should I just kind of stay, because kind of taking the thunder away from you?
Yeah, it depends. Like sometimes it depends on what's going on in the stream. I don't want to come in and derail it, so to speak. So, but I do like to let people know that I watch their stuff occasionally. Yeah, I think it's nice. I mean, it's the whole idea of collaboration. I don't know, maybe it's from being a design background that it's kind of how it works.
Well, I think it's also human nature. You can have 2 views on it. High tide lifts all boats, or I'm going to be the iceberg and kill the Titanic.
that takes everybody out. Right.
Yeah. And
gotcha.
I've always, my breaks came, my first big break was, Let's Go Brandon went into Legal Vice's chat, and I think he gave him $100 to rate my channel.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, because I didn't watch it, but all of a sudden my numbers just burp.
Right.
That was my first big break, and
Yeah.
thank you so much, Brandon. You have really been a great benefactor to my
here?
channel.
Let's see.
No, he's not been well for the last
Oh,
couple of
I'm
years,
sorry to
but
hear
he's
that.
getting back more on the internet now.
Good.
So, but
Good.
he's a really fun guy, and he's
Oh,
really
yeah.
helping channels out. And then again, because they help me, I like helping other people. And sometimes you'll get your heart broken, but then other times you'll meet new people, and you'll again, why do I stream with expert on every Friday? Why?
No, really, why?
Yeah, and that's the thing where you again, I think it was Valhalla who told him, you need this guy on, and now he's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And that's the cool
It's
part.
it's a fun community over there. Really great group of people. Really great group of people. I would do anything for each and every one of them.
Yeah, except side eyes.
Except for side eyes. Yes.
Yes.
So if your YouTube content had a blooper reel, what would the highlight be?
That's when I make dumb things myself, or is it just the highlight of my channel is my Plevin interview. It's where I interviewed an idiot. There's so many quotable things in that one. So it would just be that stream, me yelling at him when he yells at me, and I said, where he's like, "Oh, you don't English is not even your first language." I said, "No, it's my third, and I still do it better than you." It's I have some good comebacks now and again, but dumb things. It's hard to make a blooper reel on a guy who puts on makeup and pretend to be another streamer.
I was going to say it's probably the cross dressing. I can remember the first time. I think it was a Halloween. FNL.
Oh yeah, when I played Jamie. Yeah, that took some people with some. But my problem is I don't really have that shame.
Yeah.
So I'll do dumb things, and it'll probably be to my own misbenefit. I don't know what to my own. It'll kick myself in the butt, but I don't care.
Right.
And that also makes me kind of immune from all of these idiots who will talk about my penis a lot. Fine, do that. I do it too.
Right.
And I will tell you it's about average. It's again.
You heard it here, folks.
But again, I don't have that shame, all these people, because I think a lot of these people who will sit and do that stuff is because they are so embarrassed over themselves that they have to unload on everyone else and try to make them feel. But I don't give a shit. Again, I'm 50 years old next year. I will have my second grandson at that time. I have done more dumb stuff in real life than I've ever done online. You're not going to embarrass me by anything. It's
right. My dad always told me, it's like, what's the worst that can happen? They won't like your content, or they won't like your show or your product or whatever. I mean, like, you can apply it, but
yeah,
you know, what are you afraid of? They can't eat you.
No, and again,
so what are you really afraid of?
You're sitting there and it's really annoying, and you want to do I'm gonna get even, and then you're like, no, what really pisses them off if you don't care.
Yeah.
If you just, because yeah, of course you rage at something and you are like, because you need it out your system, but then you kind of get to, and I have a lot of temper. I will be really mad. I can be so mad I can cry. I can really get insanely mad at something. And then it goes over, and then I'm like, why the hell were you that mad? It doesn't matter. It's an idiot. It doesn't affect your kids.
Right.
That's the only thing that does anything. Is, does it hurt my kids? No. Okay. Well, F it. I've said worse things. I was an alcoholic from when I was probably 15 years old till I was my early 20s. I did a lot of dumb stuff. I woke up a lot of weird places. I've done worse in real life than anything you can accuse me of.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of also took that and said, okay, now the anger is gone. I kind of get vindictive, and I found out the easiest way to just get back at people is make fun of them, because they think they are so serious that they can't handle when you're just sitting here and saying, whole milk. Of course, today's a straw day.
Right. Right. That seems
Because
to
they
really
think,
upset people. I don't know
but
why.
but you know that if people are full of themselves, nothing is worse than you not being full of yourself because they think, oh, it'll get to his ego. No,
No.
I
No.
know. I'm still a fat 50-year-old with an almost average peen. Not going to change anything.
Have you
Not going to get.
updated your bio yet with that?
No, I haven't. No, I think maybe that's too far for YouTube.
I was going to ask you if you're if you were a news headline, what would it read? But I think we already know the answer to that one.
I'm probably Danish guy got in trouble again in Massachusetts.
Something
Baker
like that.
is so bad at it, he wouldn't have seen a communist party because he couldn't recognize a red flag.
You brought up conspiracy theories earlier. What is one conspiracy theory you secretly hope is true just for the story?
I still don't believe in the magic bullet.
In the magic bullet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, neither do I.
That's back and to the right. Back and to the right. That's a conspiracy theory and I'm very fact-based. So all the 9/11 truthers and all of that, I'm like, oh, so they would unalive 3,500 people, but you sit in your mom's basement and have broken the code and no CIA man showed up and
Right.
ventilated you. Sure, toots, because you are so much smarter than everyone else. But the magic bullet, I don't buy it. I won't buy it. And that's the only one that I know that. And of course, that people don't believe in Sasquatch is, I don't get those people because she is real. And
She is real. That's right. That's right. She assaulted some guy at a gas station. We've all seen it.
No, it was in the woods, and he got poison ivy on his scrotum.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah.
I guess I'm fuzzy on the details.
What's your connection to the magic bullet? Were you on the grassy knoll?
No, my dad was the first to report that something had happened in the motorcade route. That's the report that he did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was also good friends with Jack Ruby.
He was an interesting character.
You could say that.
Again, that's anyone who was. That's the thing. I think also what prepares you for YouTube is because you understand that relationship you have with the press as politicians and stuff like that. That you know how to work a source, and yeah, you know some shady people. You know where to go for the right stories, and yeah,
right.
He probably got some great stories. Some he couldn't even tell. But
he had some really fantastic stories. I mean, some really, really funny ones and wild ones. But yeah, he had a lot of good stories.
I like that when your parents have that. You talked about my dad would always tell my dad was in Denmark a firefighter and also an EMT and my dad, because kind of like me, he was that gentle giant looking type. He did a lot of patient transportation. So if you had to be taken to the hospital and he drove around with a lot of people who had history around the Second World kerfuffle, and he loved telling stories about. We had a count who he was a little fond of the Germans. So they stuffed him in a little house and didn't talk about him. And my dad drove with him, and he said he was the most insane man he ever met. Because, he still believed in it wholeheartedly, that that was the only way to go and stuff. And he also drove with he knew our queen was supposed to marry a Danish, like a count, but he liked a little of the brown sugar, and then she got a Frenchman instead. And my dad used to drive her mom because he knew how to talk to semi-royals and stuff like that. And he said she was the most amazing woman in the world. She had because she was born around late 1800s. So she knew all those stories. And when it was still fancy to be royalty and stuff like that. And and those stories was amazing too. And he liked telling stories. My dad was a prolific storyteller. He didn't have much of a filter, so when he wanted to teach us kids a lesson, he would talk about, why shouldn't you make homemade fireworks? Because I went out and a guy had blown his own stomach up. Um,
Oh,
that teaches you not to play with fireworks. But my dad loved telling us. He was also who ruined me, because when everyone else was getting nighttime stories, my dad was like, that's too boring. I'll just read you the uh, the Nordic myths and the Greek myths and stuff like that. So I didn't get Curious George. I got, and then Zeus did this, and Zeus had he was fond of the ladies, I can tell you. So
hmm.
who's met the president?
What?
Have you met the president?
No, I think there's some exaggerations happening.
I have I've been given free beer from the king.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because when we were in the Navy band,
Oh, gotcha.
we played for him a lot, and then we were at a house party with one of our bandmates, because we were going out to play again the next day, and we might have been out in his garden doing. We have something called beer relay. You put a beer in like 50 meters, and then you run down, you chuck the beer, and you run around it, and then you run back. And we might have had a tradition that you don't have a lot of clothes on when you do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We have like
And
a
then,
naked 5K down here.
yeah, well, we do, but this is more every time we got drunk, we might lose some clothes. But it's perfectly fine. We were only 17 guys, so there's nothing bad in it.
Perfect.
But then we were doing that, and we might have been a little loud. And he had said that back then he was the crown prince's girlfriend, lived across the street, and we were like, yeah, sure, toots. And then all of a sudden, our future king was standing in the garden, and we are his band. His mom kind of owns the company, and he can do what he wants. And we might have been a little intoxicated, so we were like, what the hell, we don't have uniform, do we salute, do we what? And everyone is standing to attention because it's the freaking future king. And he was just like, hey guys, we're having a party over here, can you come over and play for us a little bit? And we're like, yeah, sure, your majesty.
Sure.
You want us in uniform, or do you want to do, we had like a tattoo, you would walk and stuff. No, just come over and play. And I played with some amazing musicians, because it's an easy way to get through enlistment, just play
Sure.
music. And they were very, very amazing. So he said, can you come over and just play and just do a little set, 15 minutes or something? Oh, okay. And we went over and we played some music, and then he came over and put down 2 cases of beer, and he said, I just wanted to prove that my boys can play no matter how drunk they were. Like, carry on, carry on. And then when I was deployed, he came down to do an inspection, and he's our Navy SEALs called the Frogman, and he's very low down. His brother is an asshole, but he's very down to earth. And we were called over. We had 2 camps in the same city, and we were in the one outside, and we had done lunch for him, and he just said, don't do anything fancy, just give me some food and I'll be fine. And we of course, you classed it up a little bit, made the sandwiches a little bit nicer and stuff like that. But we were called over, and we had to go over and do a carving buffet at the other camp at night. And he walked in, hands in his pockets, and then he looked around, and you could just tell his soul just left his body. And okay, I have to do it. And then, because we had served for the king, we were allowed to come to the officers' mess. No one wants to go to the officers' mess. They're boring as hell. And we were standing there and talking about, should we just go down in all ranks and get some beers and have a party? Because, hey, why not?
Why
And
not?
our sergeant got tapped on the shoulder, and he was like, if you show me the way, I'll buy the first beer. And no, just take me down there. I'll just say, there weren't a lot of women in the camp. I think there was like 15 ladies, but there were snail trails all over that everyone wanted to be the future queen of Denmark. Oh my God. That guy could pick up ladies. Like, if he wanted, he could have had really a lot of fun. But so I got, I've been served beer by paid beer by the King of Denmark twice. And his
That's
dad served me
pretty
red
impressive.
wine once. It was horrible red wine. His own Chateau de Cac tastes like shit, but we had to drink it because it's his. Thank you, Your Majesty.
If you could take over another channel for 24 hours, whose would it be and what kind of chaos would you cause?
Valhalla's, and then I would stream for 24 hours. There would be more streaming on that channel than has been in the 7 years it has existed. And I would release some algae in his fish tank.
Oh no!
But I would take over Valhalla's, and then I would make content, because Valhalla could have been the greatest channel on YouTube. He is
It's
the
true.
best of all of us. He is.
He
so
really.
He's as I always say, he's a labradoodle. You cannot meet Valhalla and not love him.
Labradoodle.
You can't meet him and not love him. He's such an
It's
amazing
true.
human being. Everyone else, we're kind of assholes. Valhalla isn't an asshole.
Right.
Everyone, no matter, we will
He's
shit
really
talk about.
not.
He's such a nice guy, and he's so funny, and he's so down to earth, and he's so wonderful. And that asshole, he's like, yeah, oh, I got to 5,000 subscribers. Yeah, I'm not gonna stream for a year.
Exactly.
What? Stupid.
Whatever he wants to do, I guess. That's what it's about. If you woke up tomorrow and streaming was no longer an option, what would you do?
I would go to the lion park with my grandson.
What would you least like to do?
Well, I least would like to do clean my apartment.
What?
Clean my apartment.
Oh, clean your apartment.
I hate washing my floors.
So streaming's just a way to avoid cleaning. Is that what I'm getting?
No, again, I'm a big introvert. I don't talk to people in real life. I go to the gym. I say hi to some people, put on my headset, and I don't work because I'm my back. So I don't see a lot of people. So that's kind of, it's become my outlet. That's my way
Right.
of communicate with people, and it's not as intimidating because you don't have to talk to them. You don't have to have a face-to-face relationship with them. So I would miss that part. I would miss all the wonderful people I've met, but I would read more books and watch more television. I'm one of those people. I'm probably the worst person in the world to be dating, because I would be perfectly fine if we saw each other 2 weeks every 4 months.
Right.
And then we can be all lovey-dovey, and then you can just leave me the fuck alone, and I'll send you one text a day. I'm very un-American. So when people keep texting me, I'm like, could you please stop that?
Right.
The more you text me, the more annoyed I get. If you understand that I can answer when you write this much text, and I just write, oh, sounds good. I didn't read all of it. I didn't feel it needed.
Right.
Could you elaborate on it? Nah, it
No,
sounds good.
I'm not reading it. Too long. Didn't read. Thanks.
Oh, well, I
get
will
it.
read it, and I will sit there and say, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Oh, interesting. And I'll just say, it sounds good. I hate
don't
these
read it. If
people
it's too much, I just don't read it. I'm just like,
No,
okay.
but I don't know. One of my pet peeves, people who will write every, instead of writing the full, they write every sentence as one. Hey, I was
Oh.
just watching your show.
It's
You were
Rogue
talking
Mama.
about Rosalind Duke. I watched her the other day. Why did you send me 3 texts?
Yes.
You could just have said, watch you on Rosalind Duke. She's funny. Thank you. I'll say, yeah.
Thanks, imaginary person.
Yeah. But some people need to calm down a bit and stop sending me invite to spaces. I'm not going on spaces. There's one person who every time they do a spaces, they'll send me an invite. I'm not going on spaces. If I go on spaces, it's because I want to go in and correct the record.
Yeah.
I hate these spaces. Spaces is like, for me, it's like a bar at 5 a.m. It's just drunk people yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And no one is talking about the same thing.
Yeah. It's like you can just have like a group text. You can just have a group text to do all of that.
Yeah,
Just
but
have a group text.
It's like, I really don't like Valhalla. Valhalla, he said that, and another person is like, I think that we should go back to the gold standard because when they took away the gold standard, inflation ran amok. And the third person is like, do you have any of you tried keto? And you're sitting there saying, why are these three people talking at the same time? Can we hear more about how Valhalla is an asshole?
Let's
that's
go
all
back
I
to
want to
that.
hear.
Let's go back to that. If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?
The one everyone is expecting is X-ray vision, but I'm not that creepy. Mm, probably I would like to be like Colossus. You don't know who that is. That's an X-Men who can turn into living metal
Yeah,
because
no, I
he's a
know who that is.
protector. Okay, well, he's a protector, and he's not he's not offense oriented. He's always trying to protect. And I'll fight for you, and I'll go out and I'll be in the trenches, and I'll do it to protect others, to try and shield other people. I don't like going out just, okay, we're attacking this person because that's what we do. No, but I'll protect you. If someone starts attacking you, I'll put myself in front of you. So I think Colossus would probably be who I would align with. Yeah, my superpower is understanding women.
And
Everything I know about American women, I've learned from Vegas Rick, and he's a great teacher.
Would you keep the name Colossus, or would you change the name?
I think I would be. Maybe I would change it to. It wouldn't make sense. Dannevirke. It doesn't make sense. The word is because it doesn't. But that's it's a famous fortress wall we had in. Well, now it's part of northern Germany. It was southern Denmark. It was the border between Denmark and Germany, built by actually one of our queens back in the Viking ages. But it shielded Denmark from invasion. So I think that would be. And it was the camp I was deployed in, was called Dannevirke. But it's again, to keep in line with the defense mentality, Dannevirke would, but it doesn't really make sense as a name. But that was what kept Denmark, or the invaders out of Denmark, was that fortress.
The wall. No,
That's
the fortress.
so,
I don't know. Okay.
No, yeah. I'll Dane man.
Dane man. So Greenland.
Yes.
Thoughts?
You want to buy it?
Oh shit!
Everyone is always coming. Hey, give us Greenland. If you want 55,000 people only existent because we pay them $3 billion a year, you can have it. Before you accept the deal, I would make you Google a few things. Amount of children who has been abused sexually in the household by a close family member. The rate of alcoholism. The rate of literacy.
That sounds horrible.
If you think that no, you could probably.
Is that true?
When
we didn't know that.
No, because you just think, oh, Greenland, it's such a nice place. Greenland is a big old island up in the north. This is kind of how it looks. You have the west coast. That's the one that points out towards you, and around this area is where you have the major populated. And again, there's 55,000 people on the biggest island in the world, so it's not a lot. But they live out here because this is just 3 kilometers of ice, the entire internal part. But the problem is, over on the east coast, you have all of these small little settlements called bygder. They are so secluded that they can only be serviced by sea. and they can only be all over with dog transports, dog sleds across the ice. But that's a very long trek. When the Danish Navy, because we have to keep our supremacy to show it's ours, so you and the Rusky stays away.
Mm-hmm.
We sail around there and make sure, and they will stop into all of these little towns to make sure they didn't die if the winter was harsh, because it's maybe 100 people living there if it's a big one, and they can just die off over a winter if it's particularly hot. I've known quite a few people who sailed there, especially back in the old days. I was in the Veterans Union for Navy enlisted men, and it was frowned upon if you didn't participate in renewing the DNA pool in those cities.
Okay.
My buddy I started in the Navy band with, his dad was he was quite high in the Danish Navy, very a lot of things on his shoulders. One day they were having dinner and the doorbell rang, and he went out there. Well, it was actually his wife, and it was a guy saying, "Oh, does this guy live here?" And she said, "Yeah, I think I need to talk to him." And he was like, "What?" So he got a new big brother that day because his dad had sailed, and when his mom passed away, she said, "Well, this Danish sailor called this because his last name is quite distinct. It's the Danish word. Well, you have it as well. No, I'm not going to say it because he is. No, you could find him. It's very distinct, but he had participated in renewing the DNA pool, and that was back in the old days. It was as soon as they could bleed, they could breed, and most of them, they weren't virgins when they were 13. They had been, because it's a horrendous place. If you think, it's kind of the same when you talk about some of the Indian reservations. That's very, very poor. It's very
Mm-hmm.
the social. It's really, and because they think it's the indigenous people. It's not. It's actually Vikings are the indigenous people. But then you had the Middle Age, Ice Age, and then the Inuits from Alaska walked over the ice and settled over there. But actually,
Gotcha.
it was white people who were there first. But the people who came over, they have the same problem that your Native American have. They cannot process alcohol, but they are really fond of alcohol, which leads to an epidemic of alcoholism. Kind of like, but it's because they don't have an enzyme. That's why so many Native Americans also have a problem with alcoholism, because they just can't break it down. And then you come into a culture like us, where everything is alcohol.
Right.
So I went to school with people from Greenland, and they are very they all have sad tales, really, really sad. The only cool thing is, no matter what you're convicted of, if you're in prison up there, you have the right to go hunting because it's part of your nature. So the prison will give you a gun and you can go out and hunt.
Oh, that seems safe.
Yeah, well, they're not drunk, so when in prison, so they're not.
Yeah,
So,
it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
So
It's
again,
fine.
if you want 55,000 people with a very high illiteracy rate and a extremely high, I think it's something like in the 70% who has been neglected in their own house
Wow.
under the age of 31. I looked the statistic up once when the expert wanted to buy Greenland, and
It was on sale.
well, I have no problem with it because they don't want to be part of our kingdom anymore.
How many hot plates would it take?
Hot plates?
Hot plate math? You don't know it?
No.
Okay, never mind.
So,
I'll change the subject. Which do you prefer, boxers, briefs, or other?
I like I don't like tight boxes. I like because
You like?
you like it when I like it when the church bell can ring.
Fair enough.
But
Would
no,
you
I
rather?
haven't had. I'm a fatty, so if I wore briefs, it will dig into my fat.
Oh yeah,
No.
that's not good. You don't want that.
So
Would you rather karaoke, lip sync battle, or participate in a dance off?
I can't carry a tune, which people who watch my show knows, but I
Mhm.
can't dance either.
Yep.
And I don't like performing, so lip syncing is. Can we go small people bowling? I would do that. If I can, we make a fourth option? No, then
What would
I
you
would
add to it? What
I
you
would
would
do
add what?
karaoke, but I'm really bad at because I don't remember song lyrics. It's just
Well,
you can
they
tell
put
me,
them up on the screen for you.
yeah,
You
but
don't have to
then I
memorize
don't
them.
know the rhythm, and that's my problem. Is everyone is always, hey man, I was listening to Styx yesterday, and I'm like, Styx Hilton No, the Christian rock band. What music? I don't know that name, and then they will start singing the song and say, oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never. I have a guy who knows when any album was released. And I'm
Hmm.
like, I don't care. I don't know what band Brad Michaels was part of. I think it's Poisoned. I know he had a Smex tape with Pamela Anderson. I know that part.
That's wrong guy, but okay, I get it.
I don't know anything. I know Elvis. I like Elvis. I know Aqua. That's
Gotcha.
about Wickfield if you really want to. Saturday night and then we move like a baby. She has the worst rendition of
Yeah,
Last
you're right.
Christmas you will ever hear.
That was pretty good. Who has inspired you the most personally and or professionally?
My dad.
Your
And
dad.
my mom and dad. My parents are my guiding.
That's incredible.
They were never anything special, but where do I have that picture? Do you still have that picture? Move 2 seconds.
Mm-mm.
Pokemon.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bonnie Heron, member for 5 months. Hello. Sorry it's taken me a while to get here. We kind of do these at the end. Thanks for sticking around. And Wishful She-Devil, member for 11 months. Wow, look at that. You're almost due if you're having an elephant. Congratulations. Thanks for hanging around. Let's see. We've got Prince of Wales, member for 3 months. Who is Brokeback Blanker? Zach. Hello, Zach. Okay, sorry about that.
No, you have to pay your bills.
I'm just saying hi to everybody.
This is my dad.
Oh.
This is my mom.
Uh-huh.
This is the King of England.
Oh. Prince, or I guess he's King Charles. I'm gonna have a hard time getting used to that.
But these two people, my dad was born in 1942 during the war. His first memory is being ransacked. He was sick, and the Germans came and took the house, and he can remember the planes going over. That's what his childhood memory was. He was supposed to be a farmer. They had a shitty little farm. You couldn't live or die off of it. He got into the military, and then his dad self-deleted in the barn because he ran it. He bankrupted the whole shit. He had to come home. He had an older brother who was one of the first computer technicians in Denmark and could have been a multi-billionaire. He was a lazy fuck and an idiot. But my dad had to come home and save my grandma, make sure she got situated, all of that. My dad was a firefighter. He loved the military. He had no reason to be, but he just didn't want to be a farmer. And then my mom is from 1947. Her parents were divorced before she was born. You didn't do that in 1947. My mom got a grant so she could go study to be a lab technician at a hospital. And those two people who had nothing, came from nothing. It was poverty everywhere. I'm named after the family farm. But other than buying that farm, we had no money, and then they bankrupted, so they had nothing. And still, these two idiots who had a well, my dad didn't really have an education. My mom was a lab technician. Still ended up at a tea party talking to King Charles. So they are, even though they will never have books written about them or anything because they're not important, they did something with their life, something that no one else could ever do. And I strive to do that. That's why when the expert told me, hey, you're coming to Tennessee, and I was like, no, I'm not. I don't like traveling. I don't like people. And I said, no.
I don't like people.
Well, I'm perfectly happy sitting in my own little chair and doing nothing. And I said, no. That's
No.
Your dad would have done it.
You said
My mom
no.
and I said no.
No.
My mom and dad, we sent my sister to, she was in the States in 95, 96, something like that. So they had to take an exchange student to pay for that. And the first one, she was kind of a weird one. She might have been a little too much party. Then we got another one who, I don't know why, but she was very young when she came, and my sister had just left and started moved away, and this girl came in, and my dad always wanted a girl. We're three boys, and then he just wanted a girl, and she came at the right time when my sister had moved out, and he could take care of her. So she came over that was in around 2098 or something, 97, 98. She came to Denmark. And then when my dad he has been in his early 60s or something like that, she was like, hey, I'm getting married. I need you to sign off that this guy's okay. And my dad was like, why? Because you're my dad. So they came back. And then my dad was like, that's weird. And she said, yeah, by the way, we're getting engaged and married, or we're having the marriage. So you need to be in Delaware here. And my dad was like, I'm not traveling to America. What the hell? And they did five, I think they did 3 or 5 trips to America. And it's just these two idiots who.
I'm not doing that.
No, but he was like me. He was like, and then my mom, because my mom was the dynamo. She was the one who was like, yeah, well, I bought tickets, so you're flying with me. I won't do that. Sitting with his pipe and just, and so I try to be like that. I don't give a hoot about Matthew McConaughey. I don't give a crap about. I want to be like them. I want to be the rock foundation for my kids, and I want to be adventurous like they were. Because again, these two idiots talking to, and I can tell by my mom's body language, she's just telling him what to do. She didn't give a shit that this is the future king of England. She was probably telling him, yeah, I was in England, I saw your garden, you could really do something better.
You could do better.
Yeah, but I wish I had to, because my mom was probably the most confident woman in the world, and she came from nothing. Her mom cleaned houses. She was alone. I never knew I saw my maternal granddad twice. Once in the hospital, once when I carried his casket out of the church. He was heavy as fuck. That's the only times I've seen my maternal granddad. My mom fought her way through life. She raised 4 kids. She raised at least 10 other kids on and off. I wish I could be half as strong and half as powerful as she was.
Right.
And I wish I could be as gentle as my dad. My dad never put his hands on me. He could get angry like I can, but he would just calm down. And I want to be for my grandkids what he was for my kids, because that's what you want to be. You want to be like them. They are my heroes. I don't give a hoot about your money. I don't give a hoot about your status. I give a your character is everything.
Right.
That's why I don't count your super chats. I don't give a hoot how many views you have. I like good people, and that's because I had these parents. I think so.
Right. No, I get that. That it's great that you had that. A lot of people don't have that.
No, and I was blessed with parents who were great, and yeah, I ran away from home a lot, and I I felt I took the wrong stalk and all of that. But there's not a day I don't wish that I could just drive over and have one more talk with them, because
Right.
they weren't smart people or well educated people, but they were some of the most down to earth, common people you could have, and that's what I try to be. I'll yeah, I'm getting a little misty eyed. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I would gladly give up my heart or my brain if I could have 5 more minutes with my dad.
Yeah. The last thing my dad said to me was, "Ah, you fucking politicians, you're always lying." And that's why I started my channel. Going back, this is called Going Full Circle. That's why I started my channel, because we always talk politics. And the last thing he said, when I was actually driving him to the doctors so he could get, he had lung and heart problems right after the vid. I always say the vid killed him by loneliness, not the disease.
Right.
And that was because he said, "Oh, you can just drive on." I said, "No, I'm just gonna." And I drove and I thought, no, I need to go back and just make sure he gets into the doctor. And I've been telling him, get the oxygen, kind of KY Maverick, because he couldn't breathe. And then I could see he couldn't walk, and I was like, fuck it, I'll run over. I grabbed him, and we going into the elevator, and then he just keeled over and died in my arms. So that was,
oh, I'm sorry.
well, it was better than he died alone.
Yeah.
And the last thing he ever said in life was, "It's not fun getting old."
No, it's not. It's definitely not. But the alternative is scary.
Every time someone says, "I hate getting old," I said, the alternative is worse than that.
Yeah.
Problem is when they said, "No, I don't want to be here anymore." Shut up. Annoying people.
If you could give one wannabe streamer one piece of advice, what would it be?
Define what you want to do before you start. That's the one. Whenever people reach out to me and said, "I want to start streaming, what do I do?" I said, think about what you want to do. Because if I was starting today, I wouldn't be a live trial streamer, because now I have a part of my audience who are clamoring for these live streams every day, and that's just nothing for them. I would have gone more. I would still have covered trials, but I'll probably have put in some more current events and stuff like that, kind of like Mo in the morning shows.
Yeah, she puts a lot of work into her shows.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put any work into it. I'll just be.
I know you wouldn't. Like you have your baker's babes for that, don't you?
Well, I'll just find 3 things on Twitch. I'll talk about it. That's a gift of the gap. But no, I would say think really hard about what is it you want to do, because a lot of people say, "Well, I just want to do what Megan Fox do." Well, you're not going to do what Megan Fox do, because Megan Fox.
You're not Megan Fox, yeah.
Extremely talented. It doesn't. You might not understand it, but especially when we have streamed, you see it when you see it. It's the same. What the hell is Ricada? He's just making weird sexual jokes. No, he has that thing you need.
Yeah.
And you can never be that person. You have to be your version of that person. And that's why you shouldn't just say, "Well, I just want to be Rosalind Duke. I'm gonna sit and do the same thing." No, you have to. What is it that makes you special? And because one of the worst things, and you probably have had the same, you meet these people who are not true to themselves, because they just want to be a streamer. I'm gonna cover Laura Owens because that's the big money ticket, and I can talk about, because it's so easy to talk about, the Tonsil twins and
right.
But if you're not true, people will find out. You cannot be a liar if you want to be a streamer. We all lie, of course we do. We put a little filter, a little light that makes us look better. But if you want to have these, I don't know how long have we been going, 2.5 hours. If you
2.5 hours.
If you want to do 2.5 hour streams with people 3 times a week, you will have to show who you are, because they will have to come back for you. It's not for the Tonsil twins. It's not for the Hales. It's not for the Reed. If you want to be a streamer, you have to give some of you. Like, again, I just shared my parents' stories.
Right.
You have to, and if you cannot give that, and if you're not happy with the person you are, never become a streamer, because it'll it's a big word, something bait.
Exasperate.
Exasperate.
There you go.
all the things that you see, because you're looking at yourself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you will sit here and you will find out, oh, I should have done my eyebrows. I have this
Something
on
on
my,
my teeth.
yeah. I have that hair that always makes me start fiddling with my nose, and then I keep going at my nose like I have a coke habit. I don't have that kind of money. And then, so first thing for a streamer before you do anything is, what is it you want to do with it? And if it's just, set your expectations followingly. Like you mentioned earlier, most people aren't monetized after 5 years. We have been damn lucky.
Right.
We have had a great network, people who saw us, saw something in us, but we have to do the work. A lot of people think, oh, you're just lucky that someone redirected to you. No, you have to actually work your ass off. Being a streamer is the greatest thing in the world. It's the easiest job you can ever have. It's not work,
Right.
but sometimes it's fucking annoying and it's boring and chat is pissing you off. And
Yeah,
you
it never
can't-
pisses me off. They usually just start talking about what they're eating.
people who come in and try to turn chat into, oh, I'm suffering from this.
Oh yeah.
That's the first thing I said, is I'm never ever gonna get it. I'll say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But those
Yeah.
people, when you have like 4 of those, if you cover a case and there's new people in there and they start doing the, well, I have problem with my knees today. Oh, you're lucky you have knees. Oh, I said knees. I only have one. Oh, okay. Well, I am quadriplegic. Oh, lucky you that you have 4 things that you can be lame in.
How are you chatting if you're a quadriplegic?
But
Okay.
it's just, I don't get those. It's great. It's because if people can come in and whine every day, they'll do it. And they'll love a channel where they can sit and whine, especially when you have a streamer who's also, yeah, my shoulder's hurting today.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. It's so we are entertainment. That's why we cannot be so serious all the time. We are entertain. You choose us instead of watching La Tour de France, so we have to entertain you. I can't stand these depression streamers. Never be a first choice. Never be a depression streamer.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, just don't do that.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you can get, well, there's, hey Boosh, how are you? You can get into a rut, I think, with chatters. You know, and then there's also this, the sad thing is that there might be some people out there that actually really need help. But because there's so many freaking scammers out there, it's like, I wish I knew how to help you.
I had a person who reached out to me, and I have 2 preferences. No pictures was sent to me, and asked, hey, can you help me out? I want to get started with all of this. And I was like, sure. Like every other person, I said, sure.
Yeah.
Find out what you want to do, and they were, oh yeah, and got into, yeah, I have this idea and I've done something before and stuff like that. And then one day, out of the blue, they just hit me with, because they were like, I could feel there was something where you were like, this is a little, and they hit me with, well, I was watching that this person did a fundraiser for this and they make so much money and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, well, I don't talk money. I just don't do that.
Right.
And then one day it was just like, why don't you send me some money? I see how much you make on YouTube. I said, what? Yeah, why don't you just send me some money? Why don't you want to help me out? I was just like, yep. And then a couple of days later, they were, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was in a bad place. Yeah. Did him out. That's, again, I don't make a shit ton of money. Most of us are set up as businesses. We can't just say, well, I'm going to chuck $100 at someone, because our accountants would be a little, what
Right.
does that money go to? And
well, but it's
the
also,
audacity-
it's sort of one of those things where when does it stop? Like,
yeah,
so yeah, no, and I get that. I wish I knew the answer to that, but I think a lot of people know that that at least follow me, or at least are in my community, know that scammers have ruined it for everyone. So What do you do?
I like the way Ricada handled it back in the day when people were like, "Hey, can you promote this?" I said, "I don't know anything about it. You can go check it out. Here's a link for it. I don't
Yeah.
know about it. I cannot vouch for it because
Hmm.
the amount of people who will come in with a sob story and a link to a give send go. That's why I don't do. My first rule is if you super chat me and I've forgotten to turn it off, that's not going to anything because I have to pay YouTube taxes and my own taxes. And
Right.
so no, there's a link you can send, and I will support my friends that I know, like I've done with Valhalla. I'll support streamers or trials where I know the
Right.
people, kind of know them. But hey, I'm in your chat once in a while. Don't write that much. I have this. I lost my pinky toe. Can you please put this give send go up? No, can't do that. I don't know who
Lost
you
my
are.
pinky toe.
I don't know if you lost your pinky toe. I didn't see proof of it. I don't care. Well, I don't have a house. Again, I could do. I can do. I could be the Jerry Lewis of YouTube and sit here every day and do fundraising. But there's a lot of people out there. You ask for money that doesn't have anything either. That's why I don't do. I could. There's some people that will do continuous fundraising. I think you shouldn't do that because we have a lot of very generous people and who will give their shirt before they remember
Right.
themselves. So I
Exactly. And where does it end?
yeah.
I mean, like people need to figure it out. Like there's a lot of people out there that are willing to just screw you out of whatever they can.
Yeah,
And
and the thing is because you put your face on it. So again, Valhalla, I know he used all the money on booze and women, but
apparently on fish tanks and algae.
yeah,
Get ridders.
yeah, and
Because
because we haven't heard anything about that lawsuit other than all of a sudden a new fish
no.
tank. But
Oh,
but
just kidding, Valhalla.
no, he can do it. And
He
but
can
I
handle
had
it.
AJ's daughter who works in a prison facility in I think it's Dallas actually. She didn't get the right security gear. She's been stabulated 17 or 27 times
Good
before.
grief.
Yeah, I can. And Valhalla, the saint that he is, because she came in and said, "Well, now I got the money for it," and he was like, "Did you get the money for it, or should we raise more so you can get the real stuff?" And he was like, "Oh, okay. I would love if I could." And we got her body armor that
Right.
hopefully will keep her safe, not only for her sake and her wife's sake, but also
Sure.
so her mom doesn't have that phone call. She had that phone call 2 or 3 times already. I love doing that, but I know AJ, I know Carmen, her daughter, I know Cheyenne, her wife, a little bit. She's, I think she could be an interesting interview. She's a speech therapist. She is.
Mm.
The
Ooh.
stories about her is funny, but
Get my SMEX therapist glasses out for that.
yeah, well, she
Yes.
apparently is a little. She has a lot of fun test subject with the BDSM crowd. But
Okay.
that's what I like to do. It's I'll help those people out, but I don't want to. Oh, Side Eyes needs a new pair of glasses because she has that weird wonky eye where
You should
you
lazy
don't know.
eye.
It's so weird when you talk to her and you're like, which?
It's fun though. It's a fun drinking game.
Yeah, what eye is she looking at you with?
Just kidding. So, do you have any regrets or
Never.
no? Never?
I wouldn't be here today if I regretted anything and changed anything in my life. Do I wish my life had been different in some ways? Yeah, probably wouldn't have wanted to have a child, meet my girlfriend, have a child, get married, get divorced, have another have another child, get divorced within 3 years. But I wouldn't have had the kids I have today if I didn't go through that. So if I regretted anything, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Anyone who wants to change the past, well, what part of you that you are today do you want to give up?
Right.
So
Exactly.
never look back, never cry.
Right. It's molding you. There's nothing to regret about it.
Yeah.
It shaped you for better or
I
for
wish I had
worse.
saved some more money, but I had
Yeah,
fun.
you can't take it with you.
No,
If
but I can give it to my kids.
you can. You can. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You think I'm going to heaven?
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm gonna be toast within the first 2 seconds of me passing away. I'm gonna be
I think
sitting.
you've been roasted enough over the past month. I think
You're gonna have Stalin, Hitler, Mao, Lolcow, and then me sitting over there saying,
Broken
"I'm here
Baker.
too, guys." It's no, I don't know. I wouldn't. He's a busy guy. Well, he has been wrestling a lot for the last 6.5 million years, but I don't know if he. I just want if the concept. I've always thought about what is the concept of because the way I understand it is you get to see your loved ones again, and I've always had that thing because at some point I did love my ex-wife, and I don't want to see her again.
No.
So where's the cutoff? Because I lost my grandma in '89. I really liked her. I want to see her again. Then I lost my other grandma who was very special in my life in '97. Want to see her again. My ex-wife hasn't passed yet, but I don't want to have to say, well, to go and see the other ones, you have to go through her because at some point I did like. So I
You
want
have
to
to go
know
through her first.
if you can do like with your phone book where you can block some people so they can't reach you.
Or like that, I think it's Black Mirror episode where you could just blur people, like they just look like static, like you couldn't see them. They couldn't see you.
No, but I'm kind of like that. Yeah, well, then I would come up there and say, "Oh, no one's here. It's kind of empty." Because everyone
I've
was
been
just
blocked.
delete.
Right.
That's
Well, I don't know if we have any questions for you, but I do appreciate you spending quite a bit of your day with me so far.
well.
Do you have time for questions if there are any?
There's no question. Everyone knows me already. Valhalla should just he should answer the
Okay,
questions.
I'll have Valhalla answer them for you.
What did Algae do to you?
Exactly. What did Algae do to you?
It's because have you heard his ridiculous idea? He can take a big red.
He can take what?
A big red kangaroo.
Oh, he can take on a kangaroo?
He thinks he can fight a kangaroo and win. He's one of those little wallabies that can go knee high. Have you seen that
They're
one
so cute.
where it's strangling the dog?
I guess that's not cute.
And most people don't know this, but one of the main areas they go for are the smesticles, because then they will take that rival out of the gene pool. He's gonna be crying on the floor. Frank and Beans on the floor next to him.
Overgrown rabbit.
I thought I could take him.
Oh goodness.
He's that's I have a question. When is Bacarilla's next step? I don't think I have ever had a Bacarilla.
A what?
It's venomous.
Oh, venom. What is venom? What? Baccarilla?
I have Bacardi is a truth as a psychic who sometimes takes over my channel.
Huh. What is behind Baker's aversion to cheesecake and cheese Danish?
I don't like the taste of
heavy-hitting questions.
No, I don't like the taste of cream cheese, and I don't like the consistency of cream cheese. And cheese Danish is you Yanks are just weird people. I was in Chicago. Envision this. 1995. I was a blue-eyed, bushy-tailed, blonde little guy, and I was coming over to the great states of Americas. And I had to fly home from O'Hare Airport, and we woke up, and I think it was the Saturday. We had to go to the Six Flags, and we went down, and on this hotel there was this nice breakfast buffet, and I was like, oh my god, a cream Danish, because that's what we do in Denmark. In Denmark, you have either vanilla cream or raspberry in your Danishes, and it looked so perfect, vanilla cream. I bit into it. I was freaking cheese.
But it's so good.
No, cheese has nothing to do in pastry. F off with
Just
that.
add sugar to it. It's good.
No, cheese. You
No.
you have like a cheese plate, and you can sit there. And I like normal, cheeses, Havarti and stuff like that, pepper jack stuff like that. I don't like all that weird moldy cheese. That's for weird people. But I don't like the texture of creme fraiche and cream cheese and cottage cheese and all of that. It's just I get.
What about mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise is great. With
So
French
it's not
fries.
just an aversion to white.
I'm Danish. It would if I had an aversion to white, I would be standing outside yelling at everyone who walked past.
I meant white food.
No, I like white cabbage and stuff like that. I like that a lot. I like mayonnaise. No, it's just I don't like guacamole. I don't like all of these creamy, weird textures. I don't like the mouthfeel of them.
I don't know why you don't like it. Maybe we could make you like a meat version of a cheesecake.
I have a recipe for a cheesecake that doesn't have cheese in it, but it's good.
Oh, okay.
I
What is
keep
it made
them
out of?
it's made out of. Well, we have this traditional Danish Christmas dessert, which is rice porridge that you mix with whipped cream and vanilla sugar. It's called riz à l'amande. It sounds French, but it's not. It just means rice with almonds, because you put some chopped up almonds in it as well. But if you make that and you put some gelatinous, I don't know what you call it, gelatin to kind of thicken it up, and then you put a cherry sauce on top and make that into a jello, and then on a biscuit base. It's great, but it's very Danish, the flavors. I don't think you would like that.
Maybe not. Ballstorm would like to know, where does Baker keep his lol cows?
Massachusetts.
Okay. Are they free range?
Yeah, they as far as away from me. I put them on the back pasture.
Let me see if there's any other. Boosh is getting excited. You know what they put on French fries in Holland? Mayonnaise. God damn, I seen it too. They drown them in that shit.
Well, and in Denmark, you have what's called French fry sauce, which is just mayonnaise with a little bit of, I don't know what it even is that they add to just give it a little taste. But that's, if you go and buy that, that's what you get at McDonald's and stuff like that. You'll have some French fry sauce, and that's just mayonnaise.
Like tartar sauce?
It's kind of like a tartar sauce, but just more mayonnaise-y.
Interesting.
That's what you eat with French fries.
Let's see. Side Eyes Jess says, what about the mouthfeel of shrimp cheese?
Well, it's way different than all the other cheeses, because it's just a spread. It's kind of like a Nutella, but just with shrimp cheese flavor.
How do you say Nutella and shrimp and say they're the same? That's
because it's the texture of it. Nutella is like a fat spread that you will just
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not that watery, weird,
I don't like that
consistency. Either. Nutella is great. Put it on your pancakes. Stop making it American style. Make them crepe style, and then put some Nutella on top of it.
Liz Barnes wants to know, what is your favorite thing to bake?
It's depending
baguettes. I know this one. Baguettes.
Well, depends on how much moisture is on the oven, but
it's true.
But I will. I always answer that it depends on what the occasion is, because New Year's I like making. We have a New Year tradition cake that's called kransekage, which is it's very almond based. Our Christmas and New Year, but I bake that because I give it to my entire family. So I'll get meet up with my family around Christmas and give them so they have that for New Year's. If I'm having people over, I'll make something completely different. So again, if my kiddos want to fill the freezer with like pizza rolls and stuff like that, it's dependent on what you need it for, because making pizza rolls for New Year's Eve is not my favorite, because that's just not for the situation.
Pizza rolls aren't real food.
Well, I do more like a pizza bun, where you take like
A pizza bun.
I'll take them and make them like the size of a burger bun, and then
Oh, you're saying you're making them from home from scratch? Okay, that's I thought you meant like
Yeah.
the ones you could buy at the grocery store.
No. You take I call them pizza rolls, but I never make them as a roll because it's so messy. But
Gotcha.
you just make a like the size of a pita or something, and then put some pizza sauce on it, and some cheese and some whatever kind of topping they want, and they love it for the freezer. So I love making it for the kids.
Huh. Lefty Lulz, if you're still here, thanks for the 10. Says, generally, I like derailing streams, but Tom Gillis needs all of our help right now. What's going on with Tom Gillis?
I think he just got his channel back.
Oh,
Because he got... Did he get copyright?
did he let
bamboozled?
Shizzy on?
No, actually worse. He was playing the majors, and I think they
Yeah.
bunked him or something like that. So
They're the worst. Well, thanks, Lefty Lulz. I appreciate it. And just J Hip is a new member. God, you can't ban somebody, can you? Jesus, they just sneak back in all the time.
Well, you can ban someone, and you can ban their 5 different accounts when they come back.
I know, but it's just the same account. Slick. Panda Bear,
Yeah.
new member. Well, thank you. Welcome. It's meh in here.
You like me right now. You like me.
Oh my God.
Well, thanks for joining, though. Welcome to the Flockers.
Meh is about what I strive for every stream.
What?
Don't put your aspirations too high. Just meh. That'll be fine.
Meh.
You can reach
Exactly. You're somebody's bound to rage quit. I mean, I've got like almost 600 new subs in the past month or so, and I'm like, certainly, I'm waiting for the epic rage quit.
You haven't gotten those. I really wish that you wouldn't do that. Why don't you
I
do
get 'em.
this? Yeah, and you're sitting here thinking, why don't you just make your channel? I think it would be way better if you did this. Let me just go check out channel. Oh, no followers, no streams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll take your advice.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Exactly. Well, I guess that's about it. I'm going to let you get back to your day. Thank you, everybody, for
it's 9
popping in
o'clock
here.
at night, so I'll
get back to your evening.
I'm gonna go watch. I have to find a new series to watch. I just got finished with the last season of Clarkson's Farm.
Have you
Heartbreaker.
have you seen Mr. Scorsese? It's a good series.
No. I don't think I have it on it. I tried to watch. It's a new like comedy horror thing. I think it was kind of
Widow's Bay.
I couldn't get through the first episode. It was really fucking boring. I think I made it like 10 minutes and I was just, when's anything happening?
Exactly. Dan Davis, thanks for the 2. Says, I did not recognize that person without the wig. That's right. This is what Mo looks like without the wig. Thanks for the 2, Dan. I appreciate it. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, it's been fun. I hope you had fun.
It's been meh.
Meh. Okay. That's fair.
That's what we can. Again, we don't go for entertaining. We'll go for.
Yeah.
At least you weren't cleaning your house. Come on now.
At least you're not cleaning.
People,
yeah. At least I'm not cleaning.
Like.
I only spilled tea all over my keyboard, so it's fine. Oh, what's the girl?
I need more
do?
wigs. I have like 5 or 7 wigs. People just don't bring it out so much.
You need some more wigs?
Yeah, the Venom says I need more wigs.
Oh.
I have like.
She should know. Yes, Harley, thank you. Hit that like button, folks. off and on around 100 people in here. If you could, make sure you hit the like button. Thank the mods for all of their hard work, for putting up with me and for this guy. And also, thanks
Except
for
Zach. Don't thank Zach. Zach is a mod. Don't thank Zach.
except for block him. Just block
Yeah.
him. It's fine.
I'm taking the 2 months off of the internet. Oh, I'm in every chat again because I can't stay off internet.
All he did was change his name.
Yeah,
I mean.
It's the bane of the internet.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. I guess I don't know if I'm going to be back anytime soon. When are you going to be back?
If I can get out of bed, I'll probably be back
Tomorrow?
11:30 tonight.
Oh, tonight? Okay.
Yeah, because that's 5:30 my time. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I've got some more of the Tupac murder trial prep to go over. I don't know. Laura Owens, the bankruptcy stuff's pretty spicy, so I might hit some of that. Maybe just some clips, and then of course this the never-ending saga of the LOLCal series that you could also go and see. But the Giphy nominations should be coming in, so hopefully we'll have a Giphy stream soon.
I'm not talking about lolcows. That's why I'm.
Oh, no. You're not. It wasn't you. It was me. All right. As always, folks.
Can I just say one thing about the lolcow?
Yeah.
If you're going to do trial coverage and it's a case where it's I don't know if you know the case that's going on in Massachusetts right now, the mom who unalived her 3 kids and then out a window herself and is now. And you're sitting and you are tweeting about how people are looking and you say, oh, she looks pale. Everyone else looks healthy. She just looks really. She unalived her 3 kids, most likely in a medical cocktail that really effed her up. And you're talking about her looks. Maybe instead of trying to be a lolcow, you should try to be a better human.
Maybe. That's a big ask.
Well, she is a big ass.
I said a big ask.
Oh. I don't speak English so good, so sometimes I hear words wrong.
Yeah. Okay. All right. As always, folks, see you in the tubes.
It's tell me everything. Stars inside gonna sing and swing. With Rosalind too, there's joy in the air. Life's a show and